York, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
That's right. He's back. He's Bart. I'm Carlin. This is Bart and Carlin.
I'm done being Professor Bart. Done teaching the kitty bitties.
So you were out there yesterday doing your financial literacy stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
How many times did you use the phrase "ball on a budget"?
Oh, I only used it like twice. Twice.
That is a staple.
But it was cool, though. It was the NFL financial football game and all that stuff. Was surprised that Damon Woody was there. I was like, bro, if I would have known you were coming, like, we're neighbors.
Yeah, I saw your headline. I saw your stories on Instagram.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, we neighbors. Like, it made it easy because I thought I was going to have to do it all by myself. So, I went into super study mode and presentation mode. And then, when Woody comes, it just turns to a laugh fest.
Yeah, well, listen, how can it not?
Yeah.
The dude's hysterical. You're hysterical.
And like, we were like,
tell the host to get out of the way.
Yeah, we're locker mates. Like, we're neighbors. We're locker mates. And then he showed up like, this is easy.
Well, he is back with us today, and we have got so much to get to on the football and on the baseball front at 800-919-3776. If you're not watching on YouTube, you can certainly do it there by subscribing to the ESPN New York YouTube page. And if you do that, look, there are two guys right there, one good-looking fashionable, and Bart. And
no doubt. Hey, is Judge taking notes about how a superstar is supposed to perform in the postseason?
What, on Guerrero?
Yo.
Listen, I'm not going to get on Judge.
They better be lucky the Mets didn't get that guy.
I'm not going to get on Judge.
They were trying to get him last year. They lucky they didn't get that guy.
Yeah, well, I think that was part of the Met plan, and then he signed his $500 million deal, and they're getting their money's worth right now because he is ripping the cover off the ball.
Yeah, they are. And they needed it, too.
But I can't get on Judge after this year. I'm not going to. But I will be very, very curious, and we'll discuss this a lot later on, as to hear what Brian Cashman or Aaron Boone has to say. And when I say I'm curious, I'm really not, because I already know what's going to be said.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we could probably just run back a lot of the same press conferences at the end of the year for the last few years, and we'll get a lot of those same answers. But that aside, we'll get to that in a bit. You made an interesting point when we were talking before the show, and you pointed out that tonight's game is Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. And when you find yourselves at 0-6, there are times where you will find yourself asking the question, what could have been? And I know fans sometimes might be tired of this, but it is worth revisiting when you understand what has gone on with Pittsburgh this year and what has gone on with the Jets. If I were to ask you, what could have been if they had gone down the different path of keeping Aaron Rodgers, where are we sitting at this very moment?
I think we're sitting right there with New England. I think we have an opportunity to win maybe three more games or maybe 4 games. And, I mean, who knows what Aaron Rodgers – because Aaron Rodgers still isn't overly protected in Pittsburgh.
No, they don't have a great offensive line.
Could you imagine if Aaron Rodgers was given the same 4 seconds that Justin Fields is given?
Oh, the Jets have a much better offensive line than Pittsburgh does
and
now.
And a much better running back.
Yep.
I would say push on receiver, Metcalf, Wilson, but also what would that have meant for Devontae Adams? Because Devontae Adams isn't exactly lighting it up. Him and Stafford still aren't on the same page. We know that him and Aaron Rodgers have been probably one of the most connected. Maybe Cooper Kupp and Stafford had that same type of magic, but they were starting to get that magic again. And what would this season have looked like if Aaron Glenn would have said, "We're going to let you have your Shane moment, your ride off into the sunset, Aaron Rodgers, and then we'll just draft the quarterback. We'll just draft the quarterback next season. Like, we know you're leaving. We'll draft a quarterback next season, or we'll look to the retreads."
Well, would they have been a legitimate? When you say right there with New England, what do you mean? They'd be 3-3. They'd be sitting
New England's 4-2.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying
top
you'd
of the
be there.
division.
You think they'd be as good as 4-2 with Rodgers?
Bro, this is the most wide open the NFL has been in a long time. Kansas City's trying to bring it up from the rear. We thought Kansas City was dead in the water. Baltimore shelled itself, right? Injuries may ultimately cost them. You got Jacksonville. Are they contenders or pretenders? like Indianapolis is like the big dog. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. They would have had the opportunity because they still would have had the same defensive players.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to pay Garrett Wilson. Where was he going to go? You still got him for 2 more years. You could have had Aaron Rodgers with his swan song and then pay Garrett Wilson at the end of this year like most guys pay receivers at the end of their 4th year, not the end of their 3rd year.
There's no doubt that
Sauce didn't deserve an extension. He had a horrible year. He was coming off a horrible year.
Well, I don't know if I would say he didn't deserve an extension after what he did in his first 2 years, and it's not like there was an injury in the middle there that would make you think, well, now he's not the same player.
But you don't have to do that after 3 years. That was
you don't have to.
That was unprecited.
But what they were doing to
look at CeeDee Lamb. How long it took CeeDee Lamb to get his?
Well, they always take forever in Dallas, but I think that and I would have trouble if you had a disagreement with this thought that what they were doing was part of trying to change the narrative around them with players. In other words, other players out there for the future seeing the Jets starting to handle their players in the right way.
You still could have handled your players next year and been fine, had a chance to win, and then draft your quarterback.
Look, I'm not going to argue that they wouldn't have been much better off. I argued for them keeping him. There's no doubt. But I do think we can't ignore what would have been the ancillary problems that came with it. Number one, was Adams definitely coming back? Were you definitively paying him for this season to play with Wilson again? Because that opens up the door as to Rodgers looking in Adams' direction entirely too much.
But they would have had a whole season for them to be on the same page. You understand? They would have had another season for them to get chemistry, for them to figure it out. Garrett Wilson had nowhere to go. Garrett Wilson didn't have anywhere to go. He was on a contract for 2 years, and they could have franchised him.
But when has that ever stopped a wide receiver from opening their mouths, from being upset?
But you can open your mouth, but it would have fell on deaf ears because they would have said, bro, you in your 3rd year. Like, look at all the receivers. T. Higgins had to wait. Like, it's a lot of guys. Ross St. Brown had to wait. It's a lot of guys that have to wait 4 years. 4 years is like getting paid early still. What I'm saying is, if it didn't work out this year, they could have graduated those other guys off. Anyway, they were going to leave anyway. But now, Justin Fields, and Justin Fields would have took the Pittsburgh job. So that's what I'm saying. Like, whether you believed it or not, you were doing a 1-year rental regardless. That's a 1-year rental. Justin Fields is a 1-year rental. And you may lose your team because guess what? Now what are you talking about? Trading Brees.
Well, you would have been talking about that anyway, and probably more
not
so.
Not if you're winning.
No, but before the season, given how last year went with Brees and Rodgers.
That was last year.
Okay. Are you going to tell me that they would be using him more?
I'll tell you, I think they'll be using him more with Mimbu.
But when
I see a lot, we're watching highlights right now. I see a lot of Rodgers handing the ball off. You talking about Aaron Glenn has the same energy, right? That has the same energy as maybe Mike Tomlin, right? They're the same age. They're both defensive tough guys, right? He say run the ball. Aaron Rodgers would have ran the damn ball, right? Under a new coordinator, not his friend. It would have been under a new coordinator. And do you think Aaron Rodgers can perform equally to Jared Goff in the pocket with the time and all that stuff? Just look how much Justin Fields is limiting the team and how you call the offense.
Listen,
hindsight's 20/20. I know.
Yes,
but
listen. You and I were on the same page on this thing. At the end of the year, I wanted him to bring Rodgers back, and I knew what all the headaches were with it. It's just I'm having trouble seeing where they would be 4-2. I don't know if they
3-3.
They might be better.
They'd have beat that Broncos team. They'd have beat the Steelers because Justin Fields would have been on the other side.
But all these games would have been, they would have beaten the Steelers. But all these games would have been written differently. It's not like we'd look at them, they'd be exactly the same, and it would have shifted 4 or 5 points. These games would have played out much differently. And so when I look at Rodgers in Pittsburgh now, he's playing well. He's not lighting it up. He hasn't been ridiculous playing for them. He's been okay. He's been reasonably good, and that's better than they had last year between Fields and Russ. I knew Fields wasn't a guy.
Look at his wins. Beat Minnesota.
He also lost to Seattle at home. I mean, Seattle's not any
Seattle,
good.
What?
Seattle's okay.
What?
You're going to sit there and tell me Seattle's
What?
the top team in this league?
Yes.
Because they're 4-2?
And their defense is beast mode.
Oh, that
They
is
might,
not
outside of Denver, they might have the best defense statistically in the NFL.
look, they lost by 13 points. I think it was 32-19 or
They
something like that.
They should have beat the Niners.
Well, should have and didn't. But my point is simply that Pittsburgh is better, yes. The Jets, I can't sit there and tell you they'd be at the top of the division because of this. They'd be better. And then there's the longer term, what would have come of this? Would they have come out of it at the middle of the pack, not making the playoffs, and then having a middle of the pack
In this environment?
a middle of the I know in this environment right now I can't say who's making the playoffs and who's not. I know that.
In this environment? That's what I'm saying.
But look, they would have I don't think we're sitting here saying the Jets are a 12-win team.
They could have been a 10-win team.
Come on, man.
Bro.
They're 0-6.
Bro, they would be
we haven't even talked about the fact that their defense was atrocious for the first 5 games.
Yeah, their defense would have been atrocious. Wouldn't have been atrocious if you putting points on the board.
I mean, how do I know that? They put points on the board in week 1 and they ran all over them.
Because they were going against Aaron Rodgers. That's why they ended up losing. 'Cause Aaron Rodgers hit it with 2 of these banana in the tailpipe joints. Like when you look at like they would have been favored against the Bengals. They would have been favored against the Panthers. It would have been even Steven with New England. Like they would have been better off, bro. Like, they would have been better off. They'd have been better off with Daniel Jones. They would have been better off. They picked wrong. That's just the reality of it.
I don't disagree with that.
They thought this kid had something, and, like, now, he's trying to say maybe I should take more chances.
Well, that's a problem.
And now that means gunslinger mentality.
When you see that, that's going to scare the hell out of you.
That's because he's scared.
Well, let's talk about that for a minute. So Fields comes out and says yesterday that he needs to take more chances. In fact, here it is.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like I've been a little bit too conservative in a sense. Probably just be a little bit more aggressive. I've always just been big on ball security and not putting the ball in jeopardy. But, it comes to a point where you just got to find that healthy balance between, trying to, maybe fit it in smaller windows and just letting it rip.
Bart, Johnson, Smith, and Lazard is not a law firm, okay?
Right.
That's the Jets starting receivers this coming week.
Let it rain.
Come on. You cannot be talking about – I know what he's saying, but now I think about, is he going to take dumb chances down the field
he sounds like?
With guys who are not his top receivers?
Sounds like the criticism that Alex Smith got, and he started being more aggressive down the field when he went to that's the reason why they got rid of him in San Francisco, because he was just too conservative. But, Justin Fields is conservative to the point where he's giving up 9 sacks.
Mm-hmm.
He probably lost, conservatively, 45, 50 yards of offense for taking sacks.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a winning recipe. At some point, he's going to start losing the favor of his teammates. They're going to stop believing.
Well, all right, so this week when you see him, you don't worry at all when you hear him say, I got to be more aggressive down the field?
Listen, could be beautiful, could be horrible. It's no in between, right? It can be some Jameis Winston type stuff. Like, oh, look at the yardage he threw. Oh, he threw a pick. Oh, it was a pick 6. It can be Joe Flacco-ish. So, but I just find it ironic that tonight we're watching Aaron Rodgers probably go 5-1 with a team that's built similar to the Jets. And you could argue that the Jets have better offense.
Their defense should be worse than the Jets, although the Jets, from how they played in the first few games, was not anything that really was making you feel great.
Well, with Jermaine Johnson back, that kind of settled everything. So let's see if it's a Jermaine Johnson thing, or was it a figuring some stuff out thing? Because I broke down some film today, a couple days ago, and their communication was excellent. All the things that had harmed them as far as communicating, passing routes off, seemed like they kind of figured it out. And it seemed like with Jermaine Johnson, the quarterback was always under distress. He couldn't go back there and just burp the baby. And when Michael Clemens went in there, this dude can't play a boot to save his life.
All right, let's hit some calls because they're chiming in on this already at 800-919-3776. You can also hit us up with comments on the YouTube page. Go there to the ESPN New York YouTube page, subscribe, and watch the show. D in Queens up first on ESPN New York. Hey, D, what's up, dude? How are you?
I love revisionist history. It's great. We're going to act like Aaron Rodgers was in a hole. I'm talking about even the last year at Green Bay, a whole jerk who burns the locker room when people are all pissed off in the building. We're going to just act like that didn't happen. You're going to have a rookie coach dealing with that nonsense.
I love when somebody calls in and they speak on behalf of the locker room when they're not in the locker room. Like that's so easy to say. Like a lot of people, listen.
I know what I saw. I saw. Where he was just being nasty.
Who was he being nasty to? I thought he was a model citizen. I thought he came here. He just got hurt. He wasn't a bad teammate. He was taking. Was he not spending time with Garrett Wilson? Did he not take every one of his teammates out? Was he not seen publicly with all his teammates? Didn't he take a big ass pay cut? Like, how's that being a jerk by giving back $50 million? Like, how's that being a jerk? Tell me where that makes sense. Letting his teammate move in.
He got his coach fired.
What coach did he get fired? He didn't get his coach fired. No, because stop saying that he had something to do with Robert Saleh getting fired. He had absolutely nothing to do with Robert Saleh getting fired. That had to do with Woody, and Woody wanted to make a decision. Woody didn't hire Saleh. Christopher hired Saleh. That had nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers. If Woody said it didn't have nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers, why wouldn't you take his word for it?
Bart, you look great though, man. What are you on?
Everything.
Look,
you got something?
Hey,
take that too.
When he's talking about him being a good teammate last year, my issue with that would be, let's try to go back and find people who, after the fact, were saying bad things about Rodgers after he left. Because usually you're going to get a couple of those to come out. Now, we can also agree, though, that Garrett Wilson and that whole situation would have been a problem. Or would have been problematic. Like, Rodgers had to fix that.
Let me ask you this. Did Garrett Wilson have 1,000 yards receiving?
Yes.
Okay. So it was bad, but it wasn't that bad.
But it was bad to the point where they weren't taking advantage of their best weapon.
Well, Davante Adams last year was a better football player and a better route runner because Patrick Surtain locked Garrett down by himself. And then when Adams came, he was open because he wasn't getting the top corner every time. He was able to get a break.
They might be 3-3 right now. They might be 4-2 right now for that. I'll even indulge that for a moment, but you would be with a lot more drama. I can guarantee you that.
Drama comes with it.
Did you notice who's not showing up on McAfee every Tuesday?
Yeah, maybe
this year. What do you think that is?
But maybe they could have told him, "Hey, man, we got to cut that out."
No, I'm sure that Pittsburgh said you can come sign whatever you want. Yeah, guess what you're not doing this year?
But maybe they would have said cut it out. Because answer me this.
He was not at the point where he's taking anything that the Jets say seriously.
How did Garrett Wilson look against Patrick Surtain this week?
Not great.
Okay.
But look who his quarterback is.
But if you had Davante Adams opposite that side, like Davante Adams opened up a lot. Now, Aaron maybe went to him too much because what happens is when your back is against the wall and you're in a hole, you go to what you know you can trust. And he knows that he can always trust Davante Adams. And Davante Adams was balling his ass off in the last couple games of the season once he got acclimated to the season. They could have had a whole offseason where it could have been Jameson. He could have played the role of Jameson Williams, and Davante Adams would have played the role of Ross St. Brown. And we could have been working. And he would have got favorable matchups. And Mason Taylor would have been able to get free because he works his tight ends. Just ask the fat dude, Washington, how he likes getting balls from Aaron Rodgers when nobody threw the ball to him for the last 2 years. Oh, that's right. That was Justin Fields, and that was Let Me Cook Wilson, right? So what I'm saying is, like, he's playing good enough, and with this talent and with this type of protection, he would have been just the man for the job. And it would have been a one-year rental. He would have been on his swan song. He would have had opportunity to win some games.
Jay in Long Island is next, ESPN New York. Jay, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? So yeah, I don't know what the caller was saying last time. I just don't agree. I mean, obviously everybody knows who's an athlete or whatever. I know Bart knows. It takes a year to come back from an Achilles injury. Aaron Rodgers just getting acclimated and everything. Davante Adams comes. They were doing stuff off the field freestyle, and he just gets traded. I know they have a rapport and everything, but he was doing stuff freestyling and still making things happen. I know Garrett Wilson wouldn't have been complaining if they're 4-2 or 3-3, and they're winning games. Winning cures everything. I know Bart knows that, and especially with Breece Hall. Breece Hall, they wouldn't even think about been trading him at all if they're winning. Why? If he's running, doing great things, and he's running and he's getting touchdowns, why would they think about it? Everybody would be happy. But Aaron Glenn sacrificed him being the leader, didn't want Aaron Rodgers to be talking in the locker room, everything. I bet you if you ask Aaron Glenn right now, and you say, you know what, you're 3-3 and 4-2, and you have Aaron Rodgers doing whatever he's doing, or you're 0-6 with Justin Fields, what would you think he would pick? But he didn't want that. He wanted his own way. He wanted his voice and everything, and look what happens. Now, he's going to have to endure this season because it's not going to get any better. It's not. I don't see them winning next week,
Right.
and nothing's going to get better. But that's what he wanted. He wanted to be the man. He wanted his voice to be heard, and that don't mean anything if you don't have the quarterback. And they need to do some design runs for Justin Fields because that's his best ability. They got to be doing some RPOs and all that.
But remember, he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's not like Action Jackson where he gets out and he runs and he gets down. He takes a lot of hits.
He does, but
he don't absorb them very well.
But listen, with as aggressive as Denver was last week, there were plenty of opportunities for him to take advantage of that.
What was the
try to take off?
Well, I don't know because they had the line of scrimmage crowded. So his advantage was to throw the football on time, and that's what he failed to do.
Well, he can't do that. That's the bigger – listen, we're not going to argue about that.
Those were layups. Out route to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson had to fall down, turn inside to try and catch the ball on his back. And
then get his clock clean.
Right, and then Tonga just knocked it out of his hand.
Yeah.
Like, he was open like 3 seconds, 2 seconds before that.
Look, I know. You're not telling me.
So where would the Jets have been if they had Aaron Rodgers? Even if it didn't go great, they would have been in the draft picking a quarterback. But what they would have had when Aaron Rodgers left,
it would have been a lot harder to do.
But what would they would have had at the end of the season? They would have had Devontae Adams locked up long term to be with Garrett Wilson long term. Together, that's two of the best receivers. That's a great receiving combination. With a new quarterback coming in that's a rookie quarterback.
Would you have wanted Devontae Adams locked up long term?
Yes.
Why? Because
how
old is he?
Did you see him last year?
He's 32 years old.
Did you see him last year?
I saw him last year with Aaron Rodgers.
No. Did you see him last year? See, this is what happens, right? We forget what the whole year would look like. He beat Baltimore by himself in Oakland.
I'm not denying that.
So what I'm saying is you would have had.
I'm not denying that he's not a great player. I'm saying, do I want to lock him up long term at 32 years old?
Tell me this. Ask me if the Chargers are happy that they locked up Keenan Allen old ass. Who's been more injured than Keenan Allen old ass? He's been a revelation for them.
But he's on a 1-year deal. He's not even locked up long term.
It would have been a 3-year deal. You would have had him this year, next year, and the year after. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why this. Straight spam.
What's the matter? Your phone keeps buzzing?
Yeah, keep spamming out.
I'm getting a lot of spam with this.
And listen to the thing. I pay $6 a month for spam blockers. And they ain't blocking nothing.
No. Spam blockers are a sham. Spam blockers, that's spam. That's
right.
That's the old screw job there.
I need to go get rid of that. But I tell you what, like this is where you would have been. You would have had Mason Taylor, Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Mimbu, and you would have been picking in the draft for a quarterback that would have that type of environment to develop in. That's where you would have been.
Well, they're still not taking advantage of Breece Hall. They're still not doing it. And they're not getting the ball.
Well,
I'll tell you what, this week I damn well better see him lined up in the slot more.
But when your quarterback throws, like, can't convert third down, like, how much can you give him? How you can't give him the ball? Let me tell you something. Listen, I've never in my life seen this before. And listen, I played with Kyle Bowler, Chris Redman, Cleo Lemon, Troy Smith, Anthony Wright, a.k.a. Anthony Wrong.
Mark Sanchez.
Well, no, I ain't going to say he was decent.
I'm kidding. Kellen Clemens.
Yeah, Kellen Clemens. Like, and I've never been part of an offense that only had 50 plays. In a game, these dudes have 50 plays. That's a half of most teams.
And got sacked 9 times.
got sacked 9 times out of 54 plays. And you're talking about the defense gave you the ball on the 35, the 50, got you to, like, plus territory 3 times.
ESPN New York, Bart Carlin. on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app, and, of course, on the YouTube page, which, by the way, you can also get it on the ESPN New York app by just clicking and opening the app, and it's right there on the tile up front. More of your calls at 800-919-3776. We will bring in an arbiter, someone who played the position of defensive back and understands how much different this might have looked, and we'll ask him next on ESPN New York and the ESPN New York app.
The Association on Aging in New York is celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Older Americans Act, which funds vital programs for millions of older adults. Services include meals, transportation, home care, Medicare counseling, case management, and caregiver support. Today, people are uncertain whether some programs remain available. We can help. To learn more about these essential programs and how to keep them, visit our website at agingny.org. Sponsored by the Association on Aging in New York.
Heavy traffic in Newark on Route 109 northbound by Wilson Avenue and the Pulaski Skyway. A crash blocking the right lane. Sawmill Parkway northbound in Westchester. You have a broken down car. Right lane at Cyrus Field Road. That's northbound side. Very slow there. And on the westbound Cross Bronx, you're backed up from the Bronx River Parkway to the George Washington Bridge. Coming in from New Jersey. 30 at the GW Bridge. Broken down tractor trailer cleared from the Jersey bound upper level. Lincoln and Holland Tunnel still at least a 25 to 30 minute delay for the Lincoln. Holland Tunnel 20. I'm Bob Williams on 880 ESPN New York.
Friends, it's football season, the best time of the year. You should be out there tailgating, cheering on your team, and enjoying every Sunday. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. You don't have to live like that. There's help. Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain is New Jersey's top pain specialist. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and is dedicated to helping you get back in the game. Here's what makes the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that deliver real results. Dr. Shaw treats neck pain, back pain, joint pain, migraines, nerve pain, and sciatica with a plan that's customized for you. Same-day and next-day appointments are available, and with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood, relief is always close. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Visit SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Most major insurances are accepted. That's SandwellPain.com. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
Listen up, football. Never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Get 1.9% financing on a new Mazda 2025 CX-50 or lease for $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN SN390557. MSRP $32,455. Zero security deposit. APR $17.48 per $1,000 financed. Ends 10/31/25.
Just printed from the Erie Canal Press, the most coveted ticket, New York Lottery's $1 million raffle, hath arrived. 15 fortunate souls shall come into the fortune of a millionaire.
Translation, the $1 Million Raffle is here, and 15 winners are going to become millionaires. The New York Lottery commemorates 200 years of the Erie Canal with your best odds of winning $1 million. Limited tickets available. Ask your local retailer today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
At AT&T, we guarantee our network so you can talk college football with your BFF while taking Buster to the vet.
Hey, yeah, I can't believe he ate the whole thing of chicken wings.
And I can't believe we're staging a comeback. Touchdown!
Yes! Staying connected matters. That's why in the rare event of a network outage, you'll automatically get a bill credit for a full day's service. For wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers, must be connected to impacted tower at onset of outage. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for full details.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
There is a very under-the-radar story this week that our next guest gets a chance to see up close and personal. I'm very interested in it. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. He joins us every Thursday at this time. He is Jason McCourty of ESPN NFL analyst, and, of course, CBS as well. If I am not mistaken, you have got New England, Tennessee this week, do you not?
I do. I was trying to, it was too late. I was trying to get my mom as an honorary captain for this game.
Really? And it didn't happen. They served you up the old screw job.
Does she still? Does she has to still have the split jerseys from when your brother used to play? So it'd be perfect. But then it could just be for you this time.
But here's what's really interesting about it, though, too. It's Vrabel going back to Tennessee, and they just fired their coach.
Yeah, they both hate him. Yeah,
I mean, wow.
It's like the movie Troy. Is this what you left me for?
I'll ask you for a second on that in a little bit. So Bart and I just started the show having this discussion. You've got Pittsburgh playing tonight. The Steelers are 5-1. The Jets
4-1.
4-1. Excuse me. The Jets made the decision to move on from Aaron Rodgers in the offseason. Jason, how much different would this look for the Jets right now if they had gone in that direction, like a sliding doors scenario where they went down a different path?
I mean, I think it would obviously look different, the style of offense and everything they're trying to do. But at the same token, they had Rodgers there. So they saw exactly what that looked like with Aaron Rodgers. I think it's so hard to look at what he's doing in Pittsburgh on a completely different team, a completely different franchise, proven head coach, proven commodities on the defensive side of the ball. If I'm a New York Jets fan, I'm not going down that road. Like the Rodgers part, like, yeah, maybe we could have treated him better on his way out the door, but like we did that. We tried it, it didn't work. It was time to move on.
See, Aaron Glenn didn't try it, and we didn't try it with Aaron Rodgers playing the role of Jared Goff, and with Devontae Adams still probably being on the team, with Mimbu. Like Justin Fields on his sacks hold the ball an average of 4 seconds. I can't imagine what Aaron Rodgers can do with 4 seconds.
At the same time, Rodgers can't hold on to it for 4 seconds because he can't move like Justin Fields. So I don't think it's apples to apples in that sense. But I felt like now 6 weeks through the season, when you see what the product is like, it's like, oh, yeah, this isn't it. But when they signed Justin Fields and they came over from Detroit, and it was like the thought process was, all right, we have Fields, we have Breece Hall, we have Braylon Allen. We're going to be able to come up with a really complicated run game, and we're going to be able to win football games by our defense going out there and completely shutting people down. We need Justin Fields to make maybe 5 crucial throws throughout the entire game. Other than that, it's check downs. It's easy throws for him. Now, 6 weeks through, it doesn't look like that at all. The defense, for the most part, Sunday they performed well, but for the most part, they haven't held up their end of the bargain. And then Justin Fields, through these last few weeks, has looked completely lost.
Outside of an option game, like maybe when you were in college, Rutgers, you maybe played Georgia Tech, have you ever been a part of a game where the offense only had 54 plays and they were sacked on 9 of them?
dude, they had negative 10 net passing yards. I'm coaching Pee Wee football, and we can do better than negative passing yards, and we barely can throw the ball to an exact spot. So I've never seen anything like that. When we used to play Army and Navy in college, they'd figure out a way to trick you on a play action to at least complete one pass in the midst of the game. But there's just a disconnect, it looks like, of trust between coach and player when it comes to Justin Fields in the passing game, and then trust of himself to be able to see plays, anticipate them, and make those throws. So that, I think, is the disheartening part. Is you looked at week one, and it was just like, well, damn, we may have something here. And it looks like it's just gotten progressively worse as the season's gone on.
Jason McCourty is with us, ESPN NFL analyst, CBS as well. He has got the Titans hosting the Patriots this week with Vrabel going back there. We'll get to that in a few minutes.
Who you rooting for?
Nobody. I can't remember which current player I was talking to at one of the games, and I was like, that's the beauty of being on this side. Like, you show up to the game, I don't care who wins the game. I'm going home, hugging the wife, seeing the kids. It didn't change my mood at all.
Okay, who are you dapping up the most? When you down there, you spending time, who you dap, who you got more connections and vibe, who you giving hugs and sitting on the sideline with? I'm going to get you. You're going to have to make a choice.
That'll be New England. I call their preseason games like, that there's still a lot of people down there that I know. Conversely, on the other side for Tennessee, look at the last few years. How the hell would I know anybody? They fired 2 head coaches. They moved on from 2 general managers. Like, it's completely different of an organization.
Yeah, no, answer to that is easy. Who paid you more? That's all you need to know. Jay, if you are a defensive back on Justin Fields' team, what are you telling him to help him this week? Like, not that ever really truly happens, but the idea being, if he asked you, I'm holding the ball, I'm not seeing the field, what advice would you give him?
You got to trust yourself. I think 1 would be trust yourself. 2 would be never be afraid if there's an open lane of tucking the ball and running. I think from a defensive back perspective, drives you nuts when you lock and shut your guy down and you look back for the ball, and next thing you know, a quarterback that's as hard as to tackle as Justin Fields is running directly at you. So I think for him, you've seen moments where he's been able to make some throws. If you get man-to-man and you get one-on-one on the outside, give a guy a chance. Like Garrett Wilson not being there, that's scary, but it's just like you want him to feel as though I have to let somebody get a chance to make a play for me. If we don't do that, we have no shot of being able to move the ball down the field.
You know what that means? That means they're probably going to play 51, what we used to call 51 hole, where they just lock up on the outside and have a safety in, and one of the safeties going to invert in to be the spy for him, and basically going to turn into 8-man, 3 deep, and 8-man in front.
Yeah, very much so.
Hey, Carlin, ask me the question. What would I tell Justin Fields?
What would you tell Justin Fields?
Hey, man, look. You can't play no worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, actually, the best play we got is the punt. So, you know what I'm saying? Our punter is balling out. So, listen, who cares? If you're going to throw a pick, throw it 60 yards down the field, brother. Like, at this point, you can't be any worse.
Until he throw 5 picks.
Exactly. And 2 of them get returned for touchdowns.
Even a blind squirrel find a nut, man.
No, you're right, though. You got to be in it to win it.
Jackson Dart, the big concern around him is obviously that every game he finds himself in the injury tent. And this appears to have been an issue all the way back since he was at Ole Miss. How do you get that out of a quarterback?
Man, the one thing I remember talking to Dable, and it was like, one thing that'll help a quarterback learn to stop running or not stop taking hits is when you wake up on Monday morning and you're hurting. I think it's a gradual process for him to figure it out that, hey, I'm not in college anymore. These guys are running, they're hitting. People are trying to put food on their table for their family. They want to knock you out the game. It's so hard as a coach to say, don't do something for a player that is so instinctual as Jackson Dart when he's running the ball. I think on Mondays when you go in there and look at the film and he's spearheading, diving towards the sideline, like those are the moments where you could be like, come on, dude, like, what are we doing? Like, we don't need that. Like, all the emotion, energy that you play with, we love that. But this is just completely uncalled for. Like, 9 out of 10 times, you're not doing that. Don't let the moment get too big or ahead of yourself. So I think that's the part of it. But it's so hard to tell a quarterback like that not to do something when it's so a part of his game and it benefits the offense a lot.
If you, as you're going this week and you're watching Vrabel go back to Tennessee, they literally fire the coach the week that this is happening, which was not the most ideal of timing. And you've got a young quarterback who you're trying to develop, and already you've moved on from the head coach. Is this as bad of a situation as can be for Tennessee right now? And what do you see with Ward so far?
So I think for Tennessee, you look at it two ways. You fire the head coach before Vrabel comes in. The positive is if Vrabel came in and they blew you out and you fired the coach the week after, you give him some satisfaction that he's the one who got the coach fired. So I think for Tennessee, maybe you're looking at it as we fired a coach beforehand. Typically, teams perform better. I think it's like 20-30 the first game after a coach is fired and you get the interim. So maybe you perform better when Vrabel comes to town. But for the Tennessee Titans, I think the scary thing is what we said before is that you're hitting rinse and repeat too much and too often. Where you had John Robinson, then you fired John Robinson, you kept Vrabel, then you hire Brand Carthon, and then you fire Vrabel, then you fire Carthon. Now it's just like you lose track of who's who within the hierarchy of the Tennessee Titans. When you watch Cam Ward so far this season, one, there hasn't been – the game on offense for the Titans looks so hard. Just to get a simple 5-yard completion, it looks like he has to run around, break 3 tackles to make a pass. He's holding on to the ball too long, and he's not valuing the football enough. Fumbles, he's had a turnover in every single game so far this season. So I think the combination of Callahan and Ward, you can say whatever you want. It just hasn't worked. It hasn't looked as like there's progression from week to week. So I think that's the tough spot for them as an organization and why they moved on and say, hey, you know what? Let's see what Mike McCoy can get out of this group of people. But for Vrabel, I think he's fired up. He's not going to say it publicly. He had a good quote. You filed this under, is it interesting or is it important? Yes, it's interesting. I'm going back. It's not important at all. But I guarantee you he's going to want to beat the brakes off of the Titans.
Tell me this. What's your assessment of the Titans roster? And do you think since they're seeming to be able to start over, should an expensive piece like Calvin Ridley maybe be one of these guys, that they can get a big return on for, for trade deadline and maybe get something of value back?
Absolutely. Calvin Ridley, the best player on their team is Jeffrey Simmons, and somebody would be willing to give up a lot for a guy like Jeffrey Simmons. He's having the best year of his career. He's been absolutely dominant. So if you're the Titans, like their roster already you didn't have high expectations for this team with the roster that they have. But now hitting reset again, it makes complete sense that if somebody's calling about guys on their team, that you entertain being able to make some moves heading into the trade deadline.
J-Mac, we'll talk next week. Thanks, man.
No problem. Good to talk to you guys.
Yep, Jason McCourty, ESPN NFL analyst. He's got the Titans and the Patriots this week on CBS. Looking forward to that. If Vrabel gets the chance, I mean, Drake May might be throwing it up 25 points in the fourth quarter.
Going for 2?
Yeah, exactly. And when they ask him after the game, why'd you go for 2? Because I couldn't go for 3. It's Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Long Island is brewing some spooky fun at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. We're celebrating this October for our $50,000 Witchy Wednesdays drawing. Be here on Wednesday, October 1st, 15th, and 29th from 3 to 7 p.m. when 2 winners will be drawn every hour to pick a witch's hat and win up to $5,000 cash. Club members can conjure up to 5 times entry multipliers. Fly over to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bathfitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bathfitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Plus, a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments, or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bathfitter.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just any tee, the band tee. You wore it everywhere until your best friend stole it. Now you're on eBay, and there it is. Same tee from the same tour. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. Where else can you find that mint trading card you searched everywhere for, or your first car, the one you wish you never sold? It has to be eBay. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
Knicks fans, opening night is a bounce pass away. Join ESPN New York's Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live from 3 to 6:30 p.m. from Stout on West 33rd between 6th and 7th. Steps from the Garden. Get ready for the start of Knicks basketball.
Runs it off the dribble. He got it and one.
Be there for special guests, live Knicks talk, and opening night vibes before tip-off. We'll see you at Stout on West 33rd. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg live from the Knicks home opener. Don't just listen, don't just watch. Be there.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, and on the ESPN New York app, 800-919-3776, YouTube, ESPN New York YouTube page. Let us hit the phones at 800-919-3776. Up first, we've got Brian, Manhattan, on ESPN New York. Brian, what's up, Big Cat?
Gorgeous day outside, guys. I don't know if you can see through the window, but the sun is shining. It's just a fantastic day. And I'm walking and I'm listening to you guys, and I don't know. Justin Fields clearly was a bad choice, but Aaron Rodgers was awful for us. And, you know, the idea that you'd want to bring back Rodgers, or if we bring back Rodgers, is silly. What we should have done, and what other better organizations do, is look into the future and see quarterbacks that, you know, can be fixed, like a Darnold, like a Jones.
Like a Justin Fields?
Well, Justin Fields didn't really show. No. The difference is that Daniel Jones showed things.
What did Daniel Jones show?
Sam Darnold. What do you mean? His rookie season, he was very good. He led them to the playoffs.
He threw 15 touchdowns.
Look, I don't know about the metrics, Bart, but they won, and he looked good.
No, he didn't look good.
No.
He didn't look good at all. It was Saquon Barkley, and they won a bunch of games last minute on fluky stuff, and they had the easiest schedule.
A lot
in
of
football.
one-score games,
right? Just like Washington did last year, and they had a lot of easy. So like listen, I'm a person that believes in Daniel Jones, but there's no way Daniel Jones is coming back to damn New York.
No, absolutely not.
Let's just keep it real.
No,
he wouldn't have came here if you begged him to.
No, and again, you needed. Look at what he has to work with. Let's not deny that Jones has been great, but he's got a lot more to work with in Indianapolis. He's got a lot more to work with.
He got 3 good receivers, a number 1 tight end, and probably the top 3 back in all of football.
Yeah, and a good offensive line. A really good offensive line. Not that the Jets don't, but this is pretty damn good.
But he wouldn't have came back to New York.
No, he would not.
House of horrors for him. He don't want to play in that same stadium. But here's the thing, though. Like, when everybody say, well, why would you give Aaron Rodgers? Didn't last year Aaron Rodgers come off Achilles tear? Didn't he damn near set every Jet passing record?
All right, let's not get into that because that is setting the bar a little bit low, is it not?
What I'm saying is he played bad, but he still played better than Mark Sanchez ever played throwing the football.
What again? Listen to what you're saying.
11. What do you mean? 11-5.
Yeah, I know.
But championships. Who wouldn't sign up for that?
But you also know that Sanchez was not the reason you guys were winning those games. He was just not screwing it up. You guys were the reason you were winning those
Mark
games.
Sanchez played his ass off in the playoffs. Every game he played in, he played his ass off.
He played pretty well the Colts game,
and he damn near outplayed every person he outplayed except for the Red Rifle. Matter of fact, no, he played against Carson Palmer. Was the damn near Hall of Fame quarterback. Phillip Rivers. Peyton Manning twice.
Okay. You were the reason. We understand. The defense was just a bigger reason that you guys advanced as far as you did. Come on.
But here's another part of my conversation. Who's one of the highest paid players on the Jets?
Right now?
Yeah.
I mean, take your pick there. I mean, what are we talking about?
Aaron Rodgers is one of your highest paid players on the roster.
I know that.
So if you paying him not to play.
Oh, you're talking about that from the cap hit standpoint. Yeah, Rodgers takes the biggest cap hit this year.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's even dumber. Make him earn it.
Listen,
that's all I'm saying.
I was with you at the beginning of the year on this thing, and I still am, and I think they'd be more. But I don't know in the long term if they would have been better off. In fact, I know in the long term they wouldn't have been better off. Because they would have been middle of the pack. I would have had a lot more complaining going on with whether it was Breece Hall or Garrett Wilson.
No.
And I would have also been in a situation where trying to get my replacement for him long term would have been harder being in the middle of the pack.
Well, you probably wouldn't be talking about trading Breece Hall. You probably wouldn't be talking about maybe we need to move on from maybe Jermaine Johnson.
You can't tell me that.
You wouldn't be saying that.
First of all, I wouldn't be saying that I need to definitively move on from Jermaine Johnson now.
People are saying that because he's next up for a big payday.
No, I know. I understand.
And how can you justify paying him? You losing and you saying, okay, well, we pay him, then next year we just gonna ride it out with Will McDonald because you're not gonna pay 2 outside guys big time money.
David and Elizabeth is next on ESPN New York. What's up, D?
What up, fellas? How you guys doing today? You guys are good?
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Hey, yo, Bart, you got to check out that new Dave East album, that Karma 4. Super fire, man. You too, Carlos. You should give it a listen. Good album.
What album? Who was the new album? I didn't hear
Dave East.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dave East, Karma 4. It's a good album, man. It's a pretty good listen. I like good lyrics, and, I like good music. So, none of that mumble rap stuff. But, yeah, so let's talk Jets real quick, gentlemen. It was really tough. It was really tough watching that Sunday. Reason why? Before they went to a commercial break, it said Jets yardage 1. And the Broncos 137. Very, very frustrating. And
that's tough. That's a tough graphic.
Yes. Really hurt my feelings. But the point I want to get to is this. Yes, as Bart says all the time, you got my man in the background burping the baby, getting sacked, doing things he shouldn't do, not playing an efficient game and not, trying to get us to where we need to go. Man, it's really tough. It's messed up what I'm trying to say. But basically, I just hope that, this week they can move in the right direction. No Garrett. I don't see the offense, doing anything amazing. But as long as, what Bart said, they communicate well, start to do some of the things they should do well, I think that's the start.
The Panthers haven't won a game on the road. But the problem is Dowles has ran for 430 yards in 2 weeks. You have no Quincy Williams. They have a lot of confidence. Their new receiver starting to pick up a lot of steam. He's
Ted
second.
McMillan, yeah.
He's second in all the receivers in receiving yards. And he's starting to get a lot of chemistry with Bryce Young. And if I would have told you that the Jets probably should be an underdog to the Panthers at home, you would have said we're in trouble. The Panthers.
Right now, I'm saying I'm taking the Panthers. Are the Panthers giving 2.5 right now? Is that correct? Okay. 2.5, giving 2.5? I like the Panthers by more than a field goal.
That's basically a pick 'em, too.
I mean,
because you get three from being at home. So basically they think that they're going to win by 1.
Panthers are 3-3. Listen, say what you want. They've done some things.
Oh, my math is wrong. See, I don't know gambling math. Ray told me that means they're going to win by 5.
That the Panthers are going to win by 5. Yeah. If they're 2.5-point favorites, they think on a neutral field that the Panthers are 5.5 points better than the Jets. How you doing? Bart is shaking his head in disgust.
Let's go to Ira.
I got to sit tight. Clock. Pay attention to the clock. I got to manage the game over here.
Okay, manage the game. Oh, like the Jets at halftime. No, I'm just playing. Aaron Glenn apologized about that, but we know the reason why he did it.
He didn't trust the quarterback.
He did it because he didn't want the quarterback to leave time on the clock for Denver to basically be 10 yards in Lux's field goal range.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Honey, this is it. Shot clock winding down. Trailing by 2.
When you can't miss the last shot, and neither can he, don't take slow for an answer.
Pastrello shoots. Did you see it, Charlie?
Switch to Optimum Fiber, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at just $40 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today.
What went through your head on the last shot? It all happened so fast.
Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
All the way over Barzell, score! New York Islanders hockey is back at UBS Arena, and it's time to bring the family and make some noise. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders have special kids-themed games and activities for young fans. Play games pregame at the park and head inside for fun on the concourse and on the ice. Tickets for the 2025-26 season are on sale now. Get your tickets at NewYorkIslanders.com.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
There's nothing the voice in our head obsesses over like our health. But with over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help answer the questions like, why am I so tired all the time? How can I get better sleep? My friend was telling me about magnesium gummy she takes. How do I even know if my heart is work stress affected? It's time to up my cardio. If my mom has something, how would I find out? It's time to get some blood work done. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Big color, bigger savings. It's Sherwin-Williams' biggest super sale. Get 40% off paints and stains October 17th through the 27th with prices starting at $29.39. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
This
say a full marathon is the ultimate test. For me, it's more than a race. It's a milestone I once thought impossible. Michelle Smallman here, and I'm running my very first marathon in New York City with the support of Gainbridge and Gainbridge Assists powered by Parity. Together, we're empowering girls and women through sports and education with grants to 32 organizations in 21 states. Every step I take is for the finish line and for the next generation chasing their dreams. Here's to 26.2 miles and a future with no limits.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Going to roll into the calls at 800-919-3776. Bart and Carlin on the ESPN New York YouTube page. What am I saying? Go there, watch the show, get your comments in. I will pull that up. I will get the comments in here shortly. We will also get more of your calls here at 800-919-3776 in 5 minutes. The Giants trading for a wide receiver maybe became a little bit more possible yesterday. Let's hit Ira in Staten Island. Ira is next on ESPN New York. What's going on, Ira?
Everything's good. Welcome back, Bart. And that conversation you're having about Rodgers and Fields, you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Probably keeping Rodgers probably would have been the better way to go. But, you look at the situation with Fields, and this is what worries me. It worries me about the coaching staff and the personnel department, because what they put the pieces around them. Because even though we all kind of knew what Fields was, but maybe there's just something there where he could be the next Donald or Geno Smith, but it turns out he's not. But the thing that I have, this is a problem, okay, and I'm not taking any of the responsibility away from Fields, he hasn't performed, is that he's regressed with the Jets. And that's not a good sign, because why do you think that this regime is going to be able to groom a young quarterback going forward?
My problem is exactly that. I don't know the answer on Tanner Eggstrand yet, okay? I do have to acknowledge that he was part of the fixing of Jared Goff, so to speak. And it wasn't even the fixing. It was because Sean McVay could not deal with Jared Goff anymore. Think about that for a second. And he moved away from him, and Goff has actually done better away from McVay. So if that's the case, but Eggstrand was the quarterback coach, and I have to give him some credit in there, don't I?
No, yeah, you do, and he deserves it. But you explained to me what was going on in London, how he doesn't call one screen pass for Breece Hall or any other running back to try to slow down the pass rush and make things easier for your quarterback.
Yeah, you talk about screen passes. They tried a couple screen passes, but they were getting through to it. It was so hard when you only got 50 plays or 50-something plays. And, the 3 and out, basically right after you got the turnover, was letting us know what type of day it was. And I think everybody was trying to be ultra-conservative, which a screen pass is, and a spot pass is that. But it's when you're a quarterback, you have no confidence in your quarterback doing anything well.
You know what's amazing about the conservative part of it? If I were to ask someone, how many times does being conservative in a game like that really, truly help you, and what the actual result is? I would think that the actual result is it might help you 3 out of 10 times, as opposed to going, and I'm not saying chuck it all over the place, but at least take some more chances.
Of course, and for this week against Carolina, you have nothing to lose. You're going to go in there and play conservative and afraid, and afraid to lose. You're going to end up losing the game. I mean, why should I think anything different than the Panthers coming in here and not beating the Jets? Until I see the Jets beat somebody, how could I think they're going to win a game?
I mean, I think that's fair.
I mean, I don't think anybody. It's going to be tough for Woody, man, to deal with. If they lose to the Panthers, that's at least an organization that you feel like you're ahead of. But their quarterback is starting to play better.
All right, I'm only going to say this because you just uttered the sentence. It's going to be tough for Woody. This can't get that bad to the point where he considers making a change, right?
No. He's bought into the process. I mean, he's not going to be happy.
No.
And I wonder if, he's going to try and stay out of Aaron Glenn's way. But at some point, he's gonna say, "Man, listen, I've seen enough of this kid. I'm not signing this dude back next year. So y'all can go ahead and."
Well, he's not. Listen, and none of us would fault Woody for that right now. I think we all have our answer on Justin Fields. Nobody's going to be upset if you're moving on from him.
Yeah.
All you need to know is what I just want to know, and I'm not going to know it for a while, is where is my long-term option? Is there a guy that legitimately puts himself in front of everybody else in the draft this year? Or is it a situation where it ends up being a deep but mediocre quarterback draft? And if that's the case,
it can be that, but you still can luck out. All you got to do is pick one.
I know. They just haven't done it in a long time, man.
I mean, we think the kid from Indiana or the kid from Oregon is going to be there. I'd much rather somebody else take advantage of taking the kid from Oregon. It's like, oh, he got more potential, but he hasn't had to play the starts.
Well,
right? We know what that looks like, and we get the guy from Indiana.
I do think that when we go and look at guys who have had their success in the league, there's no denying that the ones that have not had as many starts have had that work against them.
Yeah.
Because when I look at Bo Nix, what did he play, 60 games in college?
About 80.
Yeah. Same thing with, what's his name? Who am I just not thinking of who's having an okay year this year?
We're not talking about
Dart.
Yeah.
Dart played for started 40 games in college.
Right.
Between SC and mostly at Ole Miss. The point is that, like, if you're going to give me that choice, then I have to look at that a lot more seriously than I maybe would have before. If the talent level isn't quite what the ceiling of Dante Moore could be, but Mendoza's just played a whole lot more and I can count on his brain more, I probably got to give him the shot.
I need to count on a guy that can make decisions with his body and not with his mind and not his body.
Charles in Nashville is up next on ESPN New York. Chuck, what do you got, dude?
Hey, how y'all guys doing?
Good.
Hey, well, you know, I ever since the summer, I've been calling saying how we shouldn't have made the Justin Fields signing, and I did say last week that not signing back Rodgers is coming back to bite us, but they did make the wrong decision about that. And I know y'all was talking about Garrett Wilson as well too. I love Garrett. I love him being for the Jets. But I wonder how much for a hand do he have of us signing Justin Fields, because we know they go way back to college. If that's the case, Garrett, we paid you, got your quarterback. I don't think he shouldn't be saying anything. He shouldn't be upset right now.
Oh, I think Garrett Wilson has been pretty quiet publicly now because he can't say anything.
Myles Garrett, too. He took the money.
Yeah, you decided to take the money, so there's nothing to say. Now, if he had not gotten his contract this offseason and it was still Rodgers and the numbers were not what he wanted them to be, I think he'd be more vocal right now for sure. Even if they had won some games.
Yeah, but I still think that he still got 1,000 yards last year. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's dire, like Aaron Rodgers starved him. Before Devontae got here, he was getting every ball. He was having he was the most target. Remember, at the first half of the season, Garrett Wilson's the most targeted receiver in football.
Arturo is checking in on the live chat, and this is apropos of nothing, but it caught my attention. Are we going to be getting a Thirsty Thursday IG gym post from Bart today?
No, it's Throwback Thursdays.
Throwback Thursdays?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I don't know. You've hit that gym mirror a couple times with the old selfie recently.
Yeah,
truthful.
Most people tape their workouts.
No, I agree. You're not that bad.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not that bad. But no, listen, you're making sure we see what's going on under there.
Well, we getting right, man. We getting right, and wait till I put my Speedo on when we get to the football season over with.
We don't need to get to anywhere for that.
Hey, buddy, you and me are same. Yeah, put that Euro Speedo on, baby. As everybody's in here with snowsuits on, and I go down to the Caribbean.
Are we gonna get a gym post today?
Nah, because it's crazy. I got to do S&Y, so I'm gonna go to the gym in between the 5 hours I gotta wait before I got to do my second job.
But there won't. So that doesn't mean there won't be a picture in the bathroom.
Nah. Maybe I should just do like everybody else do and just get a videographer to tape it so it looks like I'm, you know what I'm saying, so I'm not looking.
That's what I want to know. Like, I gotta
figure out what's Ryan Clark's budget for the people that follow him walking down the street.
Exactly. Because here's what I know. I'm out in the middle of Seattle last week trying to find a chili joint, and I'm sitting there with a little, selfie stick trying to make something happen, and they're all looking at me like I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
it's a lot cooler if you got people following you around, but the problem is that you're going to pay for that.
Yeah, see, so, I mean, you own the 2B2 more than me. The only difference is I just had my shirt off once.
And I don't at all. Jose in Connecticut is next on ESPN New York. Jose, what's up, baby?
Hey, what's up, guys? Man, before I talk about the Jets, Bart, man, before I disagree with you, the last time I called, me and you were telling all these Yankees fans that were saying that the Blue Jays are cheating at home.
Yeah.
What they got to say after the Blue Jays didn't do nothing? Like, now you don't hear nothing about that, right?
You know what's crazy?
Yeah, man, come on, man.
You know what's crazy? I've been here, this week working. I think Tom is looking at my schedule and not showing up on purpose.
I think Tom's not here on Tuesday and Thursday.
I don't think Tom can look me in my eyes.
That's been the case for months.
Nah. Tom ain't been on the thread. He ain't been on the text thread or nothing. We ain't heard nothing from Tom. Matter of fact, we need to do a wellness check right now today. We need to do a wellness check. Anybody seen Tom? Blink twice if you're not a hostage.
He was here yesterday. He's okay.
Right.
He's okay.
Did he have all black on?
No.
All right. I don't want Baby Dahmer all upset around me.
What else, Jose?
Maybe it's good I ain't seen him.
What else you got?
I just want to disagree a little bit with Bart on just the Rodgers thing. You bring a good point about the cap hit, but my thing was, like, he wasn't made for this team that's starting over with a young coach. He undermined Saleh a few times last year. I ain't like that. So I feel like the big mistake was not bringing Rodgers back because, what we need is having a mediocre average year. The problem I want to ask you, Bart, though, is why didn't they drop another quarterback if you knew there was a risk that, A, if you kept Rodgers, he would have been older, B, Justin Fields ain't going to work out. Right now, the Jets could be looking at why do we play the young guy? Right now, we're just like, maybe next year quarterback.
No, Jose.
That to me is the biggest mistake. Yeah.
Jose, you didn't hear my point when I said that why didn't they use that second, fourth-round pick on Shedeur Sanders? Like,
yeah.
They could have put Shedeur Sanders underneath Aaron Rodgers. The problem was the reason why they didn't bring Shedeur Sanders in, once again, distractions, right? Oh, they don't want distractions because Deion. Deion is coaching the Colorado Buffs. You know what I mean? Like, he made some comments, but, like, it would have been perfect because you could have – right now, people would have been saying, hey, man, put Shedeur in. At least we could have seen what it looked like, and maybe he would have gave us the same jolt that Jackson Dart gave, just energy. You know what I mean? But and the fourth-round draft pick, which cost you nothing. Nothing. Like, is the second fourth-round draft pick, is he playing? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
So my point is they missed the opportunity because they didn't want to upset Justin Fields because if you bring Shedeur Sanders in, we know that he's going to get a chance to play, and he's on a 2-year deal. We didn't want him to feel uncomfortable.
And there's a lot of people right now.
When does quarterbacks not have to compete? Why do we have to make sure their feelings are okay?
That's today.
Like,
that's what it is today.
The Panthers brought in Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield at the same time.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I don't disagree with you. I like to challenge people to try to make them better, and some people respond and some people don't. And that's where you really start to find out about who your team is. But let's not overlook one thing here, okay? When you made that decision, you knew what you were doing and you moved on from it. And now we find ourselves still having this conversation a few months later. The Jets at that time thought, all right, we're just going to be able to cleanly cut the cord with Rodgers and move on. There's a reason we're having this discussion today. Rodgers is 4-1. The Jets are 0-6. That's the reason. So when you end up looking stupid again, it's a problem. Now, would I have kept Rodgers to avoid looking stupid? No. If I'm the Jets, avoiding looking stupid right now is the furthest thing from my mind. I have mastered that part of this. So I don't have to worry about it anymore. If it happens, just pile it on. All you're doing is throwing lighter fluid on. That's fine. But if I am doing things to take chances with my personnel and try to get better, Well, at least I could say I took chances. At least I could say that. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. What do you got, brother boy?
I got nothing, but unless you want me to do it an hour early.
Do it.
Okay, let's do it then. Listen up, New York. It's football season.
You do what
should
you
be
want.
out here enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica pain, which is basically pain of the ass because of the Jets are dying and I guess the Mets season is over and the Yankee season is over.
No, everybody's dead. Everybody's
even
dead.
Getting off the couch, even getting off the couch like Tom and feeling good is a challenge. That's where Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he is dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication, just precise, non-surgical image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck and back pain to migraines, nerve pain, chronic joint pain, and he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And, yes, most insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you down on the sidelines this season. It's always the Knicks. Go to Sandwell Pain. Well, Malcolm Brogdon. Sorry. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
We will get to that here shortly at 800-919-3776. I want to spend some time here, though, on the approaching trade deadline and the Giants. There's been a lot more discussion over the last few days about what the approach should be for the Giants. And it wasn't all that long ago that we were talking about trading people away.
Yeah.
Trading away Kayvon Thibodeau and trying to get something in return for him. And now we are talking about trying to trade for a receiver. And the names that comes up, A.D. Mitchell, who is the young guy in Indianapolis who can't really get much playing time.
Drop the ball.
Yep, going into the end zone. Olave, Jalen Waddle's name has come up quite a bit because the Dolphins are a complete mess. Calvin Ridley's name has come up. Jacoby Myers with the Raiders, although he is a free agent at the end of the year. Is a receiver right now worth pursuing for the Giants? Because I'm personally having trouble justifying that.
No, I think you have to. And you have to because Daboll isn't out of the woods. Even though Daboll has two of the best wins in football, losing to the Saints is a bad loss. Right? And also you want to see how Jackson Dart can continue to develop. And getting a guy like Calvin Ridley who's under contract and being able to keep him for a couple years and he has a crossover with Neighbors, now you just found a way to draft a proven commodity, because, you give up a third-round draft pick. You give up a fourth-round draft pick. Randy Moss got traded for a fourth-round draft pick. You trade a fourth-round draft pick and you may not, unless you draft in Antonio Brown or Emmanuel Sanders, most fourth-round draft picks don't turn out to be much. So you can turn your fourth-round draft pick into the perfect complement to Malik Neighbors when he comes back and somebody who can also kind of carry the load as Malik Neighbors are trying to trust his knee back. I think it's the perfect person. Like Jacoby Myers, good guy, not a high ceiling. Good solid guy.
No, and a free agent at the end of the year.
Right. Calvin Ridley, under contract for maybe 2 more years. He's a guy that has a high ceiling. Like, you have the Pickens / CeeDee Lamb type of contract that way. So I would be trying to get Calvin Ridley up out of there. And if somebody out there too, Justin Simmons, the Ravens should be traded for Justin Simmons.
Damn. I just looked at what the Calvin Ridley contract is.
Oh, it's real.
Holy crap.
It's real.
4 years, $92 million.
Yeah, but he in the second year of that, so they probably paid a bunch already.
$50 guaranteed.
Right, that's nothing.
Looks like they paid.
That's Garrett Wilson. That's $10 million less than Garrett Wilson in 2 years.
Looks like they, at the end of this year, will have paid out $38 million of it.
Okay.
So you got another 27 the next 2 years you're on the hook for.
You ain't paid Neighbors yet. And you ain't paying Neighbors coming off a knee injury. So who cares?
All right, well, my only thought is just that if you're going to do that, the real belief behind it is to help your quarterback develop even a little bit more this year.
Correct.
What I worry about is bringing in somebody like last year we had the Jets bring in Davante Adams, and Rodgers and he were already on the same page. Is it really going to help Jackson Dart when I'm bringing in a new receiver to a new offense where it's going to help him develop this year if Neighbors isn't out there, but I am able to get somebody else?
Last 5 years. I mean, last 5 games. Like, they should be on – that's 4 games. That's training camp. So they're what, 6? Do that. They give you 7 games with them to develop. With giving him a training camp of 4 games.
My other issue is that they have already given up their second-round pick for next year in the Jackson Dart trade. So then we're going to talk about trading away more picks. Do I want to go super thin in this draft?
It don't have to be this draft. Remember, the Jets for Devontae Adams traded a 2026 pick.
Mm-hmm.
They traded a pick that was 2 years from now.
But if it's 2 years from now, it ends up being a higher pick.
Maybe.
Right?
Not if you play well.
Generally speaking.
But not if you play well. You got a year to make sure that pick ain't good.
But, I mean, like, let's just say that I was going to give you a third-round pick this year. Like, next year.
But Calvin, really? Randy Moss went for a 4th-round draft pick.
No, I'm just saying, in theory,
correct,
that next year that's if I got to wait a year for the pick, generally a team's going to want to round higher on that pick.
I'll give you a third, but guess what? When Thibodeau gets signed, you're going to get a compensatory pick.
Mm.
Or somebody gets signed, so you got a year to get that compensatory pick, and it's like no harm, no foul.
I wonder how much a guy could actually help Dart this year, though. Because
what we were saying is the Commanders don't look invincible. Once again, we look like the Philadelphia Eagles are free-falling. You already
free-falling is a stretch. They're in some drama.
They should have lost to the Rams. It took 2 blocked field goals.
Mm-hmm.
And they should have lost. Who else they should have lost to? It's two opponents.
They beat the Giants. You could argue they could have lost to. Oh no, I'm thinking of the Cowboys.
They should have lost to the Cowboys. Right? They tied with the Cowboys, right?
Yes.
So they could have lost to the Cowboys. They should have lost to the Rams.
The Eagles right now are 4. No, they didn't tie with the Cowboys. The Eagles are 4-2. Okay. The teams that they have beaten, week 1, they beat Dallas. Then they had Kansas City. They won that game 20-17.
Okay.
And then they had the Rams. And then
they lost that.
And then they beat Tampa Bay 31-25.
Okay. Right. So they should have lost to Tampa because they could have lost to Tampa. I think it was like the last minute thing or something like that. It was something like that. But my point is they're not invincible, and you've already beaten them, and you got to play them in a week and a half. You pay them like after this week, and you can beat them twice, so that you can close the gap again. So why not? Like, why not give your guys and your people something to look forward to?
My bad. Dave points this out. Dave Rothenberg just texted. Giants traded up for Dart and gave up their 2025 second and third and a third this year, not their second.
Okay.
So they do have their first and second this year. They don't have their third.
So there we go.
But the point is...
Thanks, Dave.
But the point is this. I don't know that I'm going to bring in a receiver that's going to make this quarterback and his development that much better right away.
Setting it up for next year, though, because now you got somebody that's going to be able to carry Neighbors. Neighbors ain't going to be back for like 18 months.
So you're operating under the assumption that you already have your answer on Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
See, I think that's a tough assumption to make. We got a lot of games left.
He came in and he beat. He came in and listen. I know that Calvin Ridley money, all of it ain't guaranteed. All his guaranteed money is already almost paid. So like that's if it don't work out, I just cut him.
No, that's fine. I'm talking about Dart himself though. Like I can't guarantee.
I'm sold enough.
All right, what if he gets hurt this week and he's done for the year? What are you doing?
I think I got my quarterback. He showed enough.
I don't know.
I'm teach him how not to go to sleep.
I lose him this week, and then I'm done for the year with him.
You see his makeup. Like out of all the rookie quarterbacks, he looks better than the number 1 overall pick, and you can say that it's apples to apples with the roster that Cam Ward got and the roster that he has.
They were talking about makeup a lot when Daniel Jones threw 5 touchdowns against Washington his rookie year. That happened. Let's not forget it.
Man, this dude just beat 2 of the best teams when they were at their best.
No, I understand that.
That's enough for me to say I can work with that.
All I'm saying is I don't know that it's defined that that's what they would give up or that that's what they would do when they could potentially have a top 5 pick and you might have an entirely new regime in here that may look at Jackson Dart and be like, I like one of these other guys better.
Hold up, you think they're gonna take first round draft pick on a quarterback 2 years in a row? If they're like third or fourth,
I think if they're in the top 5.
So what do you do with Dart?
Well, I'll worry about that in a minute. Hang on here. Here's the scenario under which you're drafting a quarterback again. Rest of the year stinks. Okay, Dart. I'm just going to operate under an assumption that if the rest of the year stinks, that it wasn't about him not playing great. I'm going to say it's more about him getting hurt. I would say that.
Mm-hmm.
So then what do I do at the end of the year if I win 4 games? Am I letting Dable and Shane stay again? No chance. No chance.
Mm-hmm.
So then I got a new regime in. New regime comes in. I don't love that guy. I don't think Dart is it. He's going to get hurt. He's Robert Griffin III, incredible ability, but it's a problem going back to college where he can't help but get hurt.
Sorry, I can't hire you then.
If I got a top 3 or 4 pick.
Sorry, I can't hire you. You just told me how horrible these picks were this year. Like this ain't like Andrew Luck's coming out. This ain't like Deshaun Watson's coming.
I'm sorry. I'm not getting suckered in by the Jones thing again. I'm not calling it after 2 games. I'm not doing it.
Hey man,
I'm not doing it.
He got 2.
He was the 25th pick. He was the 25th pick. I gave up a couple of third rounders. What am I going to do? That's it.
We're gonna rally around Kurt Warner. We're gonna play good football. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna rally around Jackson Dart, and we're gonna play good football. Now, if Arch was balling, that'd be different. But he didn't. He ain't a real Manning. I forgot.
He ain't a real Manning.
Well, he's a diluted Manning. He's a Cooper Manning. He's not an Eli Manning. He's not a Peyton Manning. He's a Cooper Manning.
That's rough. That's rough. He's the son of the guy that didn't make it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He's the son of the guy that didn't.
That poor guy got hurt.
Yeah, he don't have.
It's not like Cooper Manning is the ne'er-do-well of the family.
He don't have the quite like he's Danny DeVito. And Eli kids and Peyton kids are Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Bart Carlin, ESPN New York.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. BetterHelp therapists have helped over 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. That's millions of stories, millions of journeys, and behind every one is a therapist who showed up, listened, and helped someone take a step forward. Moments in therapy, like the right question, a safe space to cry, or a small win can change lives. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works. With an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who have helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our fans get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout.
Long Island is brewing some spooky fun at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. We're celebrating this October for our $50,000 Witchy Wednesdays drawing. Be here on Wednesday, October 1st, 15th, and 29th from 3 to 7 p.m. when 2 winners will be drawn every hour to pick a witch's hat and win up to $5,000 cash. Club members can conjure up to 5 times entry multipliers. Fly over to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Did you know women account for 2/3 of all Americans living with Alzheimer's and 2/3 of all Alzheimer's family caregivers? Join the Alzheimer's Foundation of America at its Women Empowerment Forum on November 5th in Amityville to learn practical ways women can reduce their risk for Alzheimer's and enhance quality of life for themselves and their loved ones living with Alzheimer's. For more information or to register, visit alzfdn.org or call 866-232-8484.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-5 2.5 S Select for $229 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN S0595731. MSRP $31,915. Zero security deposit. Ends 10/31/25.
At Uline,
The prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. Now, they converted my kids' bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just one day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Bart Carlin, let's do it. Audio files, hit it.
The audio file.
All right, let's first of all hear from Aaron Glenn. That's where we're going to start. Does Justin Fields need to take more chances down the field?
Here's what I do know is, and you're right, and I've said that, and I still believe that, and I think that's for any quarterback, especially when you have man coverage to give a guy a chance. But I do know if something bad happens, you guys are going to be about him, So the thing is, he just got to go out there and play quarterback and do the best that he can. But I don't come off that at all. When you're in man coverage, you got to give a guy the chance to go catch the ball.
Come on, dude. Why? Why do you have to go there? You were the one who said it without anybody asking you post-game the other day, and then when you get it asked about yesterday, it's, I know you guys are going to find something to bitch about. Come on.
You can't win that. The way he's going about it, you can't win. They just stating the obvious. When somebody's having a historical bad day at the position, not for the organization, historically, how can you say you can't ask them if he should have been benched? That's a reasonable question. That's not.
Of course it is.
That's not an inflammatory question. That's a legitimate question. That's the question that everybody that was watching that game said. Maybe they should just put Tyrod in and see if he can just do just a little bit better. All it took was just a little bit better. 10, 15 more yards to get Nick Folk a chance to be a hero.
Well, when you bring it up yourself and then you complain about it getting asked on Wednesday, I can't help you. The fans don't really care about that, and I get that. That's fine. That's not the problem. You need to be thinking long-term about yourself and about people giving you the benefit of the doubt when you need it. And by the way, you're 0-6. So maybe you need people to, buy into what you're doing just a little bit.
I'm going to look. I wonder what the Jets' all-time worst record is. It had to be under Kotite, right?
Yeah, they went 1-15 under Kotite. Yeah.
When did they win that one?
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd have to go back and look.
Like, I want to know what type of watch are we on that? Because you know the fans are going to be on that watch. Kotite watch.
Kotite 1-15. Worst record, it was 1996.
The Kotite watch.
Who did they beat?
I hope it was at least a divisional opponent so the fans could get double happy. Don't tell me they beat the Lions.
No. They won at Arizona on October 27th, 31-21.
So they won it early.
End of October.
Yeah.
About another 2 weeks.
Yeah, so like they lose these next two games, it's going to be the worst start in franchise history.
No, so they went 0-8 in that scenario.
Okay.
So we would need them to go 0-9. They would have to go and lose after the bye.
We 2 weeks? Yeah, after the bye.
Wow. All right.
We on watch because do you have them winning this week?
I do not.
Maybe the Bengals. If they don't do the Bengals, they're going to at least tie the record.
Here's Justin Fields. Are you worried about losing your job?
No, not really. I just try to focus on me. It's happened before, and I've looked back over my shoulder before, but that doesn't do any good for me personally, and it doesn't do anything good for this team. So, like I said, I'm just going to focus on me and continue to get better each and every day.
See, here's what's funny about that. You brought up Kotite. That quote when he says, I've lost my job before, that is the same as when Kotite had a beer poured on him on the way out, and I believe it was that season.
A beer pour?
A fan poured a beer on him on the way out that season.
That's so disrespectful.
And he was asked about it. He said, sure, I've been doused before.
I've been doused before. Man, ain't nobody throwing no beer on me, man.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that was rough. That was walking out through the tunnel, and somebody dropped one right on him on the way out the door.
Man, Aaron Glenn would be up there like Ninja Warrior or somebody poured a beer on his head.
Aaron Glenn would kill someone. Are you kidding me? Aaron Glenn would be up there looking for it.
Be up there like John Wick.
Westbrook had a beer poured on him too, right?
No, in Utah when somebody said something to him when he went and he chased going up the stands by the tunnel.
Yeah, that'd be Aaron Glenn.
No, the last time I can remember an NBA beer being tossed was probably the Mouse
in the Palace.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
And the problem is, the funny part is, the wrong person got their ass kicked because he pointed to the guy next to him, and he's the one who really did it. He's like, "Ow!" No boy, like, that was funny. Yaga, yaga, yaga. Oh, you can.
Hey, who's the best team in the NFL? Here's Jeff Saturday on Unsportsmanlike.
Best team in the NFL right now. Offensively and rushing, I think they're top 5 or 6. Passing, they're top 5 or 6. Daniel Jones has limited turnovers. Jonathan Taylor's playing out of his mind. They have a number of different receivers. Warren, the tight end, the rookie tight end, has played lights out. And by the way, their offensive line is put together. And so these guys, I mean, from an offensive perspective, they're leading the league in points per game for a reason. It's sustainable. Now, can Daniel Jones have a bad day? Sure, but the other part of that is they can sustain the bad day because they can run the ball. Again, you don't got to feature one guy. They can do multiple things with Warren. This is a very good football team. Steichen's doing a great job. Yeah, they put it together well.
So if I was asking you who's the best team in the league, are you saying the Colts?
Nah, I would say they top 6 in my power rankings.
Yeah, probably something like that. I can't say
with everything being said.
Now look, it's Jeff Saturday and it's the Colts, so I'm going to take it with a grain of salt.
And then they lost their owner this year, so they playing with a sense of emotion, a sense of purpose as well. Right now, knowing that Rashee Rice is coming back, you got to start looking at Kansas City.
They've got those Jim Irsay signs all over the city.
Yeah,
all over the city, and they are absolutely playing up that angle for this year. No question. A.J. Brown down in Philly. Are the vibes off after 2 straight losses?
You tell me. You listen. What you think? Sound normal, huh?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, normal, exactly. So, we're not letting a loss just humble us, and you can't let it humble. You got to keep going. And continue to find ways. This team is fine. This team is motivated and trying to get on the same page.
Look, for A.J. Brown, this idea that the Eagles are going to trade A.J. Brown before the deadline, you're out of your mind.
They're crazy.
If anything, the Eagles are going to be looking to add before the deadline.
They're going to add it to try and add somebody like Trey Henderson. They would take big swings.
Yeah, they're not going they are not trading A.J. Brown. They do not trade away players like that. You can say what you want, and maybe they will in the offseason, but during the year, they have figured out their stupid drama over the last few years to be able to go win. Now, the one thing I would say is at the end of the year, it is going to be interesting. I do think they would trade Brown after this year. Because,
getting older.
And also he made the comment in the offseason, which I did not realize until the last week or two. And I apologize that I missed this. But he made the comment on IG about 2 weeks at the end of last year, after the end of last year, that he thought he would feel fulfilled after winning the Super Bowl. And he really didn't. And the only time he feels fulfilled on the football field is when he is out there dominating. So
Hashtag
do with that what you will.
Throw me the damn ball, Keyshawn A.J. Brown.
That's kind of what that sounds like. And then lastly, I don't have it in front of me, but Tua apologizing yesterday for his comments, saying that when he was talking about the leadership earlier this week and talking about players not showing up for a players-only meeting on time, here it is. I made a mistake, and I'm owning up to that now. I've talked to guys on our team about it, talked to the leaders about it, and they know my heart. They know the intent was right, but no matter the intent, when things get misconstrued or however the media wants to portray it, that leaves a void of silence and a lot of questions for guys on our team going 1-5. Let me stop this for a second, okay? You know what? If I was Tua, I apologize to absolutely nobody.
All right, McGregor.
That's right.
I like that.
You know what? Yeah. And I know it might have been something that, when you were talking about it the other day, it may have been like informal team meetings and things like that. You know what, though? Let me still get my point across that we're not doing enough here. And I'm sorry that you got your feelings hurt. I didn't call anybody out by name. So show up and shut up, and let's all do the right thing.
Somebody pull up like, Tua, technically you were 3 minutes late. Do as I say, not as I do.
Hey, Tua's not the guy. Like John brought this up the other day. Johnny Pickham said, what about Tua for the Jets' long-term situation? Like, you high?
If you think Aaron Rodgers came and tore his Achilles first game, he'll mess around, slip in the sauna and hit his head and mess around and miss the whole career. Nah, man.
Bart and Carlin, we make money. Next.
John Ryan.
Yeah, Dad.
I think I came up with a killer slogan for our law firm. D'Agostino and Associates, bite back.
Bite back?
Yeah. When someone hurts you, you bite back. We'll be the law firm that bites back.
Dad, that's brilliant. Accident victims, call D'Agostino and Associates and bite back. Hey, we could even put a big vicious dog on billboards everywhere.
Yeah, and Rottweilers on buses.
Hey, how about a toll-free number?
What are you thinking?
Like 1-800-BITE-BACK.
1-800-BITE-BACK. That's brilliant.
But what if people hear fight back?
Easy. I'll spell it out for them, like 1-800-BITE. Back. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
Love it. Hey, Dad.
Yeah?
All this talk about biting back got me hungry.
Me too. Want to grab lunch?
Sure. Hey, how about a jingle?
You mean like D'Agostino, law, bite back?
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply.
Dave Rothenberg here to tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. Now, they converted my kids' bathtub to a shower and did an incredible, really an unbelievable job. They offer all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit done in just one day. Durable and easy to clean with no demo or mess and lower cost than a standard replacement. And a lifetime guarantee. Right now, no money down, no payments, no interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today like we did at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters, but those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Dropped right down the chimney by Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson, and the Jets have the lead. Be at MetLife Stadium for the Jets and the Panthers on Sunday, October 19th at 1 p.m., presented by JetBlue. Get to the game early and secure the game giveaway, a JetBlue Jets plane magnet while supplies last. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
Big color, bigger savings. It's Sherwin-Williams' biggest super sale. Get 40% off paints and stains October 17th through the 27th with prices starting at $29.39. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
The city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports. ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
I don't know how I forgot. I don't know how I forgot the 2020 season when the Jets started 0-13. And they finished 2-14. So, Bart, listen, hold back on worst start ever. We got a ways to go. 0-13.
Oh, the bar set high.
2020. A few years ago.
Hold on, what year?
2020. I forgot
Damn,
about it.
I was alive?
Against Adam Gase, yeah. With Adam Gase coaching. Although you could say against Adam Gase.
Was Adam Gase one and done?
He was two. Two and done. Yeah. Joe Fortenbaugh is with us. He's here completely free of charge, and we appreciate that each and every week. ESPN's foremost gambling expert, host of ESPN Bet Live, or one of the hosts, I should say, because I don't want to shortchange anybody. Joseph, it is good to be with you. How are things?
Probably a little bit better than you guys if today's content is about worst Jet starts in history.
Yes, I forgot that they had started 0-13.
Damn. Hey, you still got the mustache? I've been on vacation. You still got the stash?
No, mustache is gone. The Buffalo Bills losing to New England eliminated the mustache. You will see it in person tomorrow when you and I get our jump rope and push-ups in before get up. We'll get that little workout in. You'll get to see it in person. I always enjoy sharing the green room with you as you lay your clothes out and change in front of everyone. It's always very comfortable.
So basically you're going to have a naked lip out there, but it hasn't been getting a lot of sunlight, so it could be lighter than the rest of your face.
Yeah, we're light to begin with, very light skin to begin with. Similar to the Splash Brothers you would see in Golden State. Very light skinned, but even more so porcelain. I don't know. As I said that, I'm like, this could be a problematic comment.
Let's just move along, Joe.
Just take it easy, everybody. It's just a joke. Covered the Warriors for 6 years in the Bay Area. Love them very much. But yeah, the lip is cold. We're getting cold this time of year. But you're talking about the Jets. I got to tell you, you're a small dog here against Carolina and Bryce Young.
Wow.
I know some guys that are lining up. I know some guys that are lining up on the Panthers. This is the first time in Bryce Young's career, if you want to pile on the Jets, first time in Bryce Young's career, he is a road favorite. Congratulations, New York football 2025.
We did it.
Yeah.
We did it. And the words of Joe Fortenbaugh does not represent the Bart and Carlin.
Yeah. I am one of those guys that wants to load up on Carolina, but we'll get to that in a minute. I want to start with tonight, Pittsburgh-Cleveland. What do you got tonight, Pittsburgh-Cleveland?
I find myself sidewise. I have not bet it yet. I'm leaning a little bit to Cincinnati. Thursday night, home dog, divisional game. You know all that stuff. As great of a head coach as Mike Tomlin is, keep in mind, Thursday night road games for Tomlin, 2-8 straight up, 3-7 against the spread. However, you got a situation here where we don't know if we're going to get Trey Hendrickson tonight. As a result of that, it's very difficult to back Cincinnati if the top pass rusher isn't going to be there. So I'm waiting on that. I have played over 44.5. Cincinnati's defense is abysmal. Rodgers has been very good dinking and dunking the ball down the field this year. Should have success moving the ball. Joe Flacco, not a big upgrade over Jake Browning, but a slight upgrade. And you give him Higgins and Chase, he should be able to put some points up here as well. So I like the over. If Hendrickson plays, it could be a small bet on the Bengals. Prop-wise, some of the best ones, Noah Fant, the tight end that's going to go for Cincinnati, 26.5 receiving yards is his prop. Way too low. Pittsburgh's defense is good, but they've struggled against opposing tight ends, and the other tight end for Cincinnati is out tonight, so there's a lot of opportunity here. I don't think the price has been adjusted enough. Jonnu Smith, the tight end for Pittsburgh, I go over 27.5 yards. First touchdown prop is 16-1. Cincinnati is abysmal defending tight ends. I think he could have a decent night. And Aaron Rodgers, over 29.5 passing attempts. If you look at Cincinnati's defense, they're giving up about 34 pass attempts per game this year, and they're generally trailing from behind. Like, that's how you beat them. It's just dink and dunk your way up and down the field, which plays right into what Rodgers wants to do. So that's where we stand for Thursday Night Football. I also got a great angle for you in Major League Baseball. Are you interested?
Of course I'm interested.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. So the Dodgers are going to host the Brewers tonight in Game 3, but it's kind of a tonight on the East Coast, afternoon on the West Coast. This is important because it's a 3:08 p.m. first pitch local. Why is Fortenbaugh drilling home on this? Shadows at Chavez Ravine. Very difficult for the hitters to get a read on the pitch as it's coming out of Tyler Glasnow's hands. If you remember, Tyler Glasnow made a start for the Dodgers against the Phillies at Chavez Ravine with the game starting just after 3 o'clock with the Shadows. You know what the result of that game was? It was 0-0 going into the 7th inning. It was a 2-1 final in 11 innings. What I'm getting at is first 5 innings under. Let's lean into the shadow effect here. 3.5 runs for the first 5 innings. If you go under, it's plus 110. If you go under 4.5 runs in the first 5 innings, it's somewhere around minus 150. I'd be comfortable playing either. Shadows. That's the handicap.
See,
Boom, that's how you do it.
Boom, and Boom is right. Part of it, I thought you might be going Glasnow strikeouts there, too.
Okay, so here's the issue with that. I want to play that. Milwaukee, excellent at getting bat on ball. Getting bat on ball, important to avoiding strikeouts. Their strikeout rate against pitchers like Glasnow, very, very good. So I want to play the strikeout prop, but this is a team that doesn't strike out much. I do think you could look at under 1.5 earned runs for Glasnow if you want to play that, or you could play under 3.5 hits. You could play props like that, but the strikeout prop is difficult for me given the fact that Milwaukee doesn't strike out all that often.
What about the other game in baseball? The one we saw
Seattle. Okay, so we got the explosion last night.
Yes.
From a runs perspective, now the books have adjusted the price for the total up to 7.5. Yesterday it was 6.5, 7. I would go back to playing the under. I think that's the move here. This feels like a classic bullpen game. Castillo's going to go for Seattle. Great home road splits. He's pitching at home. That's a great spot to be. Max Scherzer is going to go for Toronto.
Ugh.
I don't think he's going to have a very long leash. And last night was so good for the Blue Jays. They were able to rest that bullpen a little bit, which they needed. So I think he could get an early hook. So Scherzer under 11.5 recorded outs, which means we have to avoid him going 12 full outs, which would be 4 full innings. So get knocked out before the 4th completed inning, and we're good. And under 7.5 runs for the game.
Joe Fortenbaugh with us, ESPN Bet Live each and every night. And, of course, you'll see him tomorrow on Get Up and on First Take with Bart.
Butt, booty, lip, naked.
Yeah, what he said.
Yep.
That being the case, Joseph, butt booty lick naked, whatever. I think that sounded like a play that you would call back in the 80s if, maybe you were Boomer Esiason or something like that. Anyway, Joe, with the am I just nuts to be looking at the USC Notre Dame line and just wondering why is Notre Dame favored by 9.5 over SC?
Yeah, not only is that scary, that game opened closer to 7.5, 8, and it keeps going up. There's some potential injuries to the USC offense. There could be some weather in this game. You take a Southern California team, you put them in South Bend in the middle of October. Who knows how that's going to play out? So I was thinking the same thing. It's like everyone I talk to says the same thing. This line feels high. This line feels high. Well, that's generally a problem if we're all thinking, hey, we're so smart. These idiot bookmakers, they made the number too high. Look at us. We figured it out. We have beaten Las Vegas. Job well done, everybody. Give us our free crab legs at the buffet. We'll take our winnings and be on our way. So, no, I think the total is the way you play this game, over 61.5. But, Carlin, you're absolutely right. Like, that's problematic that we're all looking at this number and it keeps going up. So I want to play USC, but it feels like a trap. I like the over. If you want some other college plays, I would take Tennessee plus the 7.5 against Bama. 4th week in a row, Bama has a big game at Georgia, home for the revenge game against Vandy, at Mizzou last week. Now they've got this matchup against the number 1 scoring offense in the country. I would look to Ole Miss plus the 7.5 against Georgia. Georgia's only covered 2 point spreads in 6 games this year. Pass rush isn't what it used to be. Purdue plus 2.5 against Northwestern. Classic flat spot. Northwestern, huge win over Penn State last week. You're partying, you're celebrating, you're living life. And then here comes old Purdue, who you get caught overlooking. We'll take Purdue in the upset. I also like Vanderbilt minus the 2.5 over LSU. They're coming off their bye week. They're at home. Diego Pavia, 24-10 against the number last 2.5 years going back to his time at New Mexico State.
I cannot wait for that to be a part of his draft profile this year. Thank you, Joseph, as usual.
Whoa. What are we doing? Rutgers, Oregon. I need an angle.
Well, so if I were to guess, I would say that the problem for me on Saturday will not be sleeping too much because the game is at 6:30. So I don't think there's going to be any problem with me oversleeping.
It's my favorite part of the week.
I don't know. I don't know.
Now I can just go back to this miserable existence of a life. Thank you both so much, Bart. I look forward to seeing you shirtless in the green room tomorrow.
No doubt. Get the spray tan on the lip. We don't want 2 colors.
One thing, by the way, keep an eye on this tomorrow, too. Bart has really been taking the gym bathroom selfie quite a bit. So I would like you to keep an eye on that tomorrow.
I took one selfie with my shirt off.
Two, bro. Two in 2 weeks.
One was with the guns out. Yeah. I had a shirt on one of them, though.
So if he's thinking about that tomorrow, I'll need to know in advance.
Well, he's seen me with no clothes on.
That's it for me.
Good night,
I'm
Joe.
out of here, everybody.
Good night, Joe. Joe Fortenbaugh, ESPN, NFL,
former athletes
ESPN bet analyst. What?
Former athletes change anywhere.
Yes. You're very comfortable with your body.
So we just sitting in the dressing room.
Because you got 100 people standing around you while you get changed. It's nothing new.
It's no place else to go change. Where I'm going, it's no dressing room. Everybody, I'm going to makeup room. So I just take my clothes off, put my clothes on.
Oh God, I would so love for you to be changing and Greenie walks in.
Bart.
The person who would be the most uncomfortable seeing that.
Your kneecaps were so structured.
Bart and Carlin, ESPN New York.
Thursday with Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. What do the Yankees need to do in the offseason to prevent an early exit from the playoffs next year?
This is a far cry from 96, 98, 99, 2000. And I think the piling on sometimes is unfair because they do every year have a chance to win a championship. But at some point, you have to cash in the chips and win a chip.
Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg today at 3 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. BetterHelp therapists have helped over 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. That's millions of stories, millions of journeys, and behind every one is a therapist who showed up, listened, and helped someone take a step forward. Moments in therapy, like the right question, a safe space to cry, or a small win can change lives. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works, with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who have helped millions of people take a step forward. If you're ready to find the right therapist for you, BetterHelp can help you start that journey. Our fans get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp.com/timeout.
Long Island is brewing some spooky fun at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. We're celebrating this October for our $50,000 Witchy Wednesdays drawing. Be here on Wednesday, October 1st, 15th, and 29th from 3 to 7 p.m. when 2 winners will be drawn every hour to pick a witch's hat and win up to $5,000 cash. Club members can conjure up to 5 times entry multipliers. Fly over to where Long Island wins at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel. If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman meeting the media as we speak. Boone is speaking. He's already got the full-on beard grown in. It's the offseason for Boone. Boy, I tell you, he got in vacation mode quick. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. It's noon o'clock. Bart is here. That means what?
It's the power hour.
We will hear more from Boone coming up in just a little bit. We'll hear some of the sound from Brian Cashman as well. And, of course, you got Michael coming up at 1 o'clock today as well. It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York. It is Thursday. It is noon. It is high noon. I just said that, but we'll play some production for it anyway with some old Western-style music. It's Bart Carlin. High noon, 3 topics that we will disagree upon, and we'll see who has the better argument. We know it'll be me. So
Round 1, fight! The Giants should trade for a receiver before the trade deadline.
Yeah, you might want to be first, because if you're not first, you're last, Ricky Bobby. Like, why you want to wait till everybody else start making a decision? You should be making these phone calls now so you can get the best of all the options and you can know what the market is before anybody else resets the market or try and go ahead of you. You want to be early between that. They know they needed a quarterback. Soon as Neighbors was done and you saw your young quarterback get an upset win against a team that you didn't expect to beat in the Philadelphia Eagles. So, absolutely, if you want to keep this train running, this good mojo that you got and this good feeling, just, 10 days, almost 10 days ago, you beat the champs and nobody expected that. And you didn't just beat them. You beat them. You beat them with a bunch of scrubs, a bunch of guys that we didn't even know we had a scouting report for. So give your guy a little weapon so that you can make life easier for him, so maybe he doesn't have to extend the play so long and continue to take these hits unnecessarily, because maybe he'll have a receiver that actually can get open.
If the Giants trade for a receiver right now, it's because Joe Shane is trying to save his job. That's it. Period.
Okay.
No, I know. And that's not the right reason to do it.
And if he don't do it, then that means he don't care about his job. He just want to take his money and run.
Well, no. It could mean that he's trying to do the right thing for the organization long term. If you're going to bring in a guy like Chris Olave, who I'm not going to deny what he's capable of when he's on the field, but that's a big win. And the guy has had concussion issues. If we're going to go down that road, we're going to trade away a draft pick for that. Then all of a sudden you find yourself without a 3, then you're without a 4 this year, then your assets are waning. So I'm worried about that. If you're going to do it, man, it had better be worth it.
Who are the Giants' last 10 fourth-round draft picks?
I understand what you're saying.
I don't know who the hell they are either.
I understand what you're saying. That doesn't mean to me I'm going to go get somebody who's average or somebody who's not going to be on the field enough.
I got you.
Just because I haven't exactly capitalized in that department either.
I think a guy like Calvin Ridley would be a guy that would be a perfect mentor to Malik Neighbors, a guy who that had everything and then lost it when he got suspended for a whole year for gambling. And is trying to get it back and played well in Jacksonville for that 1 year to get the bag.
Intriguing, but he did get the bag, and it's a lot of money. 4 years, $92 million. What did you say about the fourth rounder?
Cam Scadaboo was a fourth-round pick this year.
Oh, there you
How'd
go.
that work out?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah.
Well, save
what he said,
We'll save all the fourth ones because he'll be out in Scadaboo will be done in 4 years.
Yeah,
he keep hitting his head on everybody.
Here's the thing. Everybody's loving him.
Yeah.
We all know that Ken Scadaboo –
yeah, he's not long for the job. How long did Brandon Jacobs last running people over? 6 years?
Round 2, fight! Is there anything Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone will say that will make you feel better about the Yankees' future?
Not a damn thing. He going to state the obvious. When we get Cole back and we have Rodon and we have Freeze, and then we're confident in our starting rotation 1 through 4. It's the best with anybody. Could be arguably the best in all of all of baseball. And, Judge is going to come back, be reinvigorated, blah, 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 blah. Show me some results. Tired of hearing you talk, punk.
There's a lot of things you could say that would make me feel better. Am I going to hear them? Probably no.
Nope.
But I'll give you one. Just give me this one, and I will feel better going into the offseason. The shortstop job will be wide open come spring training. Or we look like we need to upgrade at some positions, and shortstop might be one of those positions. In other words, if you give me hope that Anthony Volpe is not definitively the guy no matter what going into next year, I'll be okay with it. We can talk about elite defensively all you want. You know what the OPS is here in the first 3 years of being in the big leagues? Less than 700, 664. That, not good. So if you at least can give me a little bit of a belief that you would consider moving up, or not moving up, but trying to upgrade at shortstop, that would make me feel a little bit better. Do I expect to hear that? Probably not.
I just see a lot of words moving. I see some hand gestures. Can't wait to see what they translate to.
So far, it's only Boone speaking. We'll hear from Cashman later on.
Round 3, fight! The Knicks' backup point guard should be...
Malcolm Brogdon retired yesterday.
Come on, man. How you going to pull this falling down the stairs stuff on us, man? If you wasn't going to commit and you was going to change your mind, you should have never signed on the dotted line, chump. Now I'm sitting here, and just 2 days ago, Westbrook was gonna go to China for $14 million. He decided to stay in the States for $3 million, and he decided to stay in California. So that's really 1.2. When after all these big ass taxes, I could have ponied up that and gave him 4 or 5, and he could have stayed with us. Now I'm sitting up here, and now I got to ride Brunson all day because I ain't got no backup point guard. So now I got Josh Hart going to be running up there, holding the ball, facilitating the offense. I got to worry about that type of stuff, man. You screwed us, man.
How about Jordan Clarkson?
I mean, he my guy. I want to shoot the ball. I don't want him coming in and facilitating. He's my instant offense. He's my microwave Benny Johnson.
The problem is now that Brogdon really did kind of kill them here a little bit.
Killed everything, man. They could have went and got Westbrook.
I'm with you.
I would have gave him a backup point guard that can score some points, give you some energy when you flat.
I absolutely would have been about Russell Westbrook being the backup point guard. Absolutely would have been on board with that. That ship has sailed. Now Brogdon has killed you. I would say at this point it's probably got to be McBride. I mean, where else am I turning at the moment? Who else?
But then you find yourself right back where you were last year.
Adoy. Yeah.
You wanted a bit of an upgrade.
I don't know if you know this. Nothing changed. They didn't really upgrade very much.
But they got Clarkson. They made their bench deeper.
I'm sorry. They fired the coach. They fired the coach who gets the most out of his players. That's what they did.
Yeah, but they brought back Brunson. So Brunson's dad.
Right. Well, Brunson's dad apparently not as much. In the mix.
Man, they need to change. They need to trade back for the red herring.
We're all kind of scrunching our eyes like, who? Dante?
Yeah, Dante.
Oh,
DiVincenzo.
The red herring? Was that his nickname?
I just made it up.
Well, hang on a second here. Here's how I know Ray has been around you way too long. Ray said it in my ear, Dante DiVincenzo, like it was so matter of fact.
Ray speaks my language, man. You're supposed to be able to speak it.
I thought I spoke, Bart, but apparently I don't speak this dialect.
You know what I'm saying? Ray Rizzo knew exactly what I was talking about. The red herring, it's only one red-headed, light-skinned dude. Not named Fortenbaugh.
Oh, man.
The Clash brothers.
Well, all I can tell you is this. To me, at this point, it should probably be McBride because I don't think they have a better option.
Would you try and go get DiVincenzo? Where is DiVincenzo?
Isn't he still in Minnesota?
Yeah, go get him.
I thought they were talking about trying to trade for him this offseason.
Yeah, they didn't like him anyway in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Ant-Man didn't like him.
But he's not really a point guard, though. He's a shooting guard.
I just need some depth, man.
Yeah.
I need some depth. He can give you something. He give you 3-point shooting.
Here's what Brogdon did.
It's a spot open, right?
Brogdon served you up the old screw job.
Yep.
That's what he did right there. It's Bart Carlin. That is High Noon on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. We've spent a lot of time today talking about what could have been. The Steelers play the Cincinnati Bengals tonight. Pittsburgh is 4-1. Bart and I were two people that stumped this offseason for the Jets to keep Aaron Rodgers here.
Yep.
I don't want to say we told you so, but, I mean, yeah, that's what happened. Okay? We were right. You were wrong. Deal with it. But I don't even love the idea of thinking about where the Jets would be if they had kept Aaron Rodgers here. But I will pose the question to you nonetheless. If he had stayed and everything that goes with that, put the phone down. Stop scrolling into the gram.
Go ahead. No, I'm not doing that.
You look at you on a gram checking out.
No. Somebody stole my coat in London, and I'm trying to get it back.
Somebody stole your coat? Hang on. Time out. We'll get back to that in a minute. Somebody stole your coat?
Yeah, I left my coat in the I forgot it traveling back, and I left it laid on because I was going to wear it on the plane. So I left it laying down on the chair. And
in your hotel room?
Yeah, and I had it inside out. All of a sudden, I've been calling back for the last 2 days, so I had to get the NFL involved. Like, hey, they're not picking up the phone. I say, I left it there. I know I left it there. They say, oh, nobody's seen it. Like, come on, man. It's a knit coat with mink in the inside.
Let's put it this way: you didn't get it at Burlington Coat Factory,
and it got mink in the inside.
Of course it does.
And all of a sudden, nobody's seen it. It's like it's no way in hell. I know exactly where I left it.
I blame PETA. Maybe PETA came and got it.
PETA gonna get their ass kicked.
So you can't get your coat back.
So she's like, "Can you show me what it looks like?" So I'm trying to find, one of the pictures that I posted. I had the coat on. Remember when we was at the pub event with and I had the little hat on in front of the pub and stuff. It was a cream coat.
Yes, no, it was a good-looking coat. It's a beautiful coat.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm sure,
I don't doubt that coat is more than my monthly salary, I'm sure. I don't doubt that at all. But you made it sound like somebody took it off your chair.
They took it. They did take it because I know it was in there. I called immediately. It's not like as soon as I tried to get Janae to go get it, but she was on a plane before she left. I was trying to get them to go over there, but all of a sudden they act like they ain't seen it. It's a difference. Like, oh, it's here. How do I get it back? Opposed to, oh, what coat? But like, hold on. Oh, that's what we doing? Don't make me turn around and fly back in my Inspector Gadget coat and start kicking some ass in London. Because now you're playing with me. And I got the receipt because I bought it while I was over there.
You bought the coat over there?
Yes. Right, so that coat is 3 days old with mink in the inside. Somebody coming up with something.
Now, can I just suggest that maybe the coat wasn't stolen, but just...
They can't find it?
No. You have been known on occasion to leave things behind by accident at certain places.
Yeah, but I know exactly. It was inside out, laid on the chair because I was going to wear that. I had to pack. I had 2 bags because the Jets gave us all this stuff we had to wear. So I had 5 coats, like Trap Star coat. We had an Abercrombie and Fitch coat. We had hoodies and all that stuff. So I gave all that to my daughter. So I laid it on the chair because I was going to wear it because I had one of my little cashmere little joints, my little jogging suits. I was going to put that over because it was cold as hell. And I was leaving at 5 a.m. and I left it right there.
What is that, velvet?
Nah, it's German Shepherd. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, all I'm saying is you have a bit of a reputation for leaving things behind. You left your phone over at Get Up for 3 days.
Yeah, but that's my backup phone.
And you don't have a backup coat for this.
Oh, I have plenty of backup coats.
Well,
I just bought that. That's mink.
I get that. I understand that. Here's a solution. How about this? Bart did not know going in that he was going to be doing as many things as he was doing. Listen, I saw the coat. The coat is beautiful. It's got a white mink on the inside. It's not even a coat. It's really more of a jacket.
Yeah.
Because it kind of cuts off at the waist. It's gorgeous. And I saw this in a couple of your IG posts from the trip because I was following very closely. So, but the point here is that you got overworked over there, correct?
Yeah, a little bit.
And you were...
Yeah, it was more than I thought.
Let's call it what it is. The Jets screwed you. That's exactly what it is. Olivia and everybody at the Jets absolutely host you.
I saw her, too. Olivia was like, yeah, I hear you calling me out on the radio. I said, Liv, nah, you know what I'm saying? Just let you know, you the one that put everything together, Liv.
I look at a schedule, I got 4 things a day, and then the next thing I know, I'm sitting next to Cynthia Freeland on NFL Network for the entire game, doing game breaks in the stadium.
I thought I was going to be doing edibles with Woody up in the suite.
Having said that, you weren't. What if they replace the coat as a good gesture, a goodwill gesture to you of, hey, we overworked you a little bit, and we know you lost this coat that you spent some money on.
I would appreciate that, but then I still want to whoop some ass because somebody stole from me, and that's something I just can't handle, somebody stealing something from me. Because I would give you something.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy you a mink coat, but I'd buy you a sweater.
No, you buy them something. You're one of the most generous people I know. That's 100% true. You do not like people stealing from you. Nobody does.
That's the only thing I can't forgive. You can lie, I can forgive. You steal something, like even hustlers in the street. If you selling whatever you selling, whatever you doing, I got more respect for you than somebody that's a stick-up kid. Because it takes no energy to take what somebody else worked for. At least when you're selling something, you're going and you're cutting it, you're processing it, and you're doing something like you selling it and somebody buying it. That's an exchange. But taking something from somebody takes no work ethic.
Okay. I understand it. You learn something from Bart every day about how he feels. What if they replaced it? Would that be nice?
I still
coming up short?
I need my original. Because I need to figure out the person that took it. Who's to say that they haven't been doing that to other people?
So you don't want somebody else to have to pay for somebody else's sin.
Right.
Okay. Let me ask this question. Did the coat cost more than you were paid for the weekend?
No, it didn't cost more than I was paid for the weekend.
But half?
Yeah, about a quarter.
About a quarter, okay.
Yeah.
Now, Bart did not get rich on this weekend. Like, you guys,
it was good
trust
money.
It
was good money, but
it was good
per
money.
hour. It's like if you work 72 hours straight. Like, yeah, you only worked 3 days, but it was all day.
But when you think in terms of being an ex-NFL player and you're making a bunch of appearances, people would think that would be $30,000.
But
It's not that kind of money.
I did meet a potential sponsor.
You did?
You know what I'm saying? So if I can bring some cheese to the taco, you know what I'm saying? If I get that connect, then it's worth it. Because I'll put that money back in my pocket because then I'll be getting some cheese off what we cheese and we put up in this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. But, I don't like the idea that you're getting screwed.
Yeah, screwed.
And
up.
I hope that it wasn't stolen. Let's just put it that way.
How can they say they don't know where it is?
I hope maybe it was misplaced.
How the hell you come in, you clean up the room, oh crap, here's a mink coat. That might be important to some damn body. Let me take it down to the lost and found.
I don't know. Maybe there's a separate VIP lost and found somewhere that they haven't checked. Maybe it's something like that. Maybe somebody went and took it and then sold it. So if they took it and then sold it, would that be any better since they went and sold it?
That's why I got to start putting Apple tags and everything.
You really should.
So I pulled up on their ass.
But you know what? Here's the other problem with the Apple tag. Is I can put it in there, but all that tells me is, oh, yeah, that's still back in Buffalo. I did that with something. I had somebody one time, they thought I was checking out of a room that I wasn't checking out of.
Yeah.
They took all of my stuff. All of my stuff, and cleaned up the room. I went back to the room. Everything's gone. And I'm like, I thought I got completely cleaned out. And that was not at the Hotel Intercontinental in London. I guarantee you that. Mm-hmm. That was in Buffalo, and that was more along the lines of the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, Buffalo people. Yeah.
So that's all. But I did get my stuff back. They accidentally did it. The cleaning staff did it because they thought I was supposed to check out.
Somebody purposely did this.
It's Bart Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. To get back to what we were talking about earlier, which was what exactly would this have looked like if Aaron Rodgers had stayed? They are playing tonight. The Steelers are 4-1. The Jets are 0-6. We all know that hindsight is 20/20. Bart and I both at the time argued that the Jets should be keeping him for the short term just to try to get through this season because you had a team outside of him, in theory, that was ready to win. Now, I do know that there would have been ancillary problems with Aaron Rodgers. Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, would Davante Adams have been back or not? How would that have looked? And I think there would have been a lot of stupid drama around that too.
Could have, but it could have went good. You could have been able to sign Davante Adams, and now you have Davante Adams, and then you could have signed Garrett Wilson after this year. And after the fourth year, then Aaron Rodgers' money would have been off the books because when Aaron Rodgers' $21 million of dead cap space falls off the books, you would have had the money to sign whoever you wanted to sign anyway.
But the problem, though, is the stupidity that Aaron Rodgers would have brought with him.
But here's the problem, though. When you don't win, free agents don't look at your organization as a place they want to go to. So Aaron Rodgers winning and looking like their team, that's how you got Aaron Rodgers. You won 7 games, and you beat them, and man, this team on the cusp. Just add me, and we'll be good. And made him want to come here. You'd have been done with the Allen Lazard money. You'd have been done with the Aaron Rodgers money. You'd have had Davante Adams locked up to be like the protector of Garrett Wilson. And then you would have had an opportunity to sign Garrett Wilson with the money that Aaron Rodgers vacates when he leaves. And then you would have been good. You would have had a complete offensive line with 2 good receivers, an up-and-coming young tight end, and you would have had Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, and Isaiah Davis. That's a good offense to build around and learn. And then you can draft a quarterback, and that quarterback would be able to be supported, and you still would have had your first-round draft pick. I would build on offense some more.
Everything that you're saying makes sense. The problem is you can't discount what he brings with him with the drama. Point number one.
Who don't bring drama?
Nobody brings that crap. Come on. Point number one, the Steelers signed him, and I guarantee you,
you still hate him.
Part of that deal, no, I don't hate him.
He's about to be 5-1 for your team, and you won't even cheer for him. He throws a touchdown, and you cheer for the person who caught it.
That's not true. Well, no, that is true, actually.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say I was going to cheer for an interception or something like that.
No, you cheer for the person who caught it, not him.
No, that's absolutely true. But, Bart, the point is he does, like this year, has anybody seen him show up on McAfee? Boy, every Tuesday that seemed to disappear. I don't have no doubt that part of the conditions of him signing in Pittsburgh is that he was not going to be doing that.
Well,
that's why they told him show up whenever you want.
Well, you could have asked him.
What do you mean?
Aaron Glenn could have asked him.
He could have asked him. He could have asked him to.
That could have been part of the conversation.
But Aaron Glenn doesn't have the same
Why not?
presence that Mike Tomlin does.
Why not? He's not
Mike
a head
Tomlin
coach.
has a resume to it.
No, when you come in and you the first-year guy, you got more job. Aaron Glenn got more job security right now than Mike Tomlin.
It's Pittsburgh. Be careful.
I understand it's Pittsburgh. But at some point, Pittsburgh gets to say, like, man, it's been 9 years. We ain't won a playoff game.
Secondly, I would have been pointing to Garrett Wilson because you could say that Devontae Adams would have been his protector and all that. Garrett Wilson still would not have been getting the football as much as he wanted.
He would have got it more.
And he wouldn't have been.
Let me tell me this.
More than he did last year?
Tell me this. How often did he get the ball this week?
I know, but who was his quarterback?
My point, because you ain't got a quarterback that can throw it to you.
I understand.
So would you rather be open and not getting the ball or not getting the ball because somebody else getting the ball?
But why is he so quiet now? Because you paid him.
My point.
But you wouldn't have paid him if you had brought him back, and if he was unhappy with what his workload was, you would have had a problem on your hands.
I'm sorry. Last year, didn't he get 1,000 yards?
He did, but you and I both know that it's not just about hitting 1,000 yards in 17 games anymore.
But this year they would have been better because the offensive line is so much better.
Maybe. But then there's Breece Hall. There's all the plays that he checked out of running the football last year. And Aaron Glenn wanted the identity of this team to be a big physical run-the-ball team.
Oh, like the Steelers.
Well, are they?
He got no problem. He got no problem handing the ball off.
The Steelers are not running the ball great.
Yeah, but they running it. They're just not running it great.
They're not running it well at all. They haven't run it well in a long time. I mean, Najee Harris, Mr. Under 4 yards a carry when he was there.
Well, that's your Big Ten brother from Iowa not getting it done.
Not yet. Listen, it is an interesting question as to whether or not. I mean, Bart actually said earlier that the Jets would be 4-2 right now,
or at least 3-3.
I'm having trouble with that.
Yeah, to beat Pittsburgh because Justin Fields would have been on the team, and they would have. I think Aaron Rodgers could have got, if your defense play like that, Aaron Rodgers could have got you more than 54 yards of offense. I think it's fair to say that. I think Aaron Rodgers would not throw for negative 10 yards. Fair enough?
I think that's fair to say. Bart Carlin, ESPN New York, 800-919-3776. How much different would this have looked if the Jets had kept Rodgers? That's what we want to hear from you. We will also hear from Aaron Boone next.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back.
I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
To help those who want to be helped but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid, too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters, but those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Honey, this is it. Shot clock winding down. Trailing by 2.
When you can't miss the last shot, and neither can he, don't take slow for an answer.
Pastrello shoots. Did you see it, Carl?
Switch to Optimum Fiber, the fastest and most reliable fiber internet, starting at just $40 a month. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com today.
What went through your head on the last shot? It all happened so fast.
Optimum. Don't take slow for an answer. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
A dime dropped right down the chimney by Justin Fields to Garrett Wilson, and the Jets have the lead. Be at MetLife Stadium for the Jets and the Panthers on Sunday, October 19th at 1 p.m., presented by JetBlue. Get to the game early and secure the game giveaway, a JetBlue Jets plane magnet while supplies last. Lock in your seats now at nyjets.com/tickets. Once again, that's nyjets.com/tickets.
Score a win this game day with Amazon Pickup, the MVP of package pickup. Need that new football jersey for the big matchup? With Amazon Pickup, you can collect your order from secure Amazon lockers or counters near you on your schedule. Whether you're running from work or home or straight to the tailgate, Amazon Pickup makes it easy and worry-free at no extra cost. Don't miss kickoff. Grab your gear and your packages when it works for you. Find your nearest Amazon Pickup location at amazon.com/pickupmvp. That's amazon.com/pickupmvp.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Oh, I can't believe we blew a 5-touchdown lead.
Sure, but you got to feel like they were going to win for almost the entire game.
But I was about to buy playoff tickets.
So you were prepared for a good time. That's pretty nice.
It's the worst loss any team has ever had.
And you got to witness history.
Okay, we're done here.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. Trade stocks and ETFs, options, futures, and crypto all on one platform. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move. All investments involve risk, including loss of principal. Options, futures, and crypto trading carry significant risk and may not suit all investors. Securities offered through Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC. Futures trading is offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Crypto offered through Robinhood Crypto LLC, NMLS ID 1702840, not FDIC or SIPC protected. Portfolio management offered by Robinhood Strategies, an SEC registered advisor.
Couple of things here. Number one, congratulations to our friend Shay Cornett. Shay is the new host of First Take, taking over for Molly. And I'm excited to see what's next for Molly, too, because you know how much we love Molly.
Yeah, I heard she's getting some NBC stuff, maybe.
Ooh.
Maybe some Olympics.
Ooh. Listen, Molly is a tremendous person, as we've talked about, and she made that decision, and wishing her nothing but the best. Shay gets this opportunity. That's a great opportunity for her, and Shay is terrific. I worked with her a decent amount on the radio.
Me too.
Yeah, you worked the draft with her, didn't you, one year?
All the time.
Yeah.
We did so much stuff.
Jordan Cornett, her husband, who played at Notre Dame and now is at NBC Sports, doing a lot of stuff there. So they are truly a power couple, no doubt, in broadcasting. So congratulations to Shay. Aaron Boone speaking within the last half hour. Let's get you some of what he had to say. I guess Boone just wrapped up, and Brian Cashman is going to start speaking soon. You'll get a lot of that coverage with Michael coming up at 1 o'clock. A few different things here. Number one, do you regret playing Anthony Volpe as much as you did?
No. Even going into this winter, like, surgery wasn't a certain. It was, do we do this surgery? And really what it comes down to is we have this time now, and Anthony ultimately deciding, like, because there's things that he does to it over the course of the year that aggravate it, right? I think for the overwhelming majority of the year, it was not affecting his play. There were things like he would dive on it a certain way, tick it off, aggravate it. I think in some ways the injury probably got a little bit worse towards the end of the year based on a couple of episodes that happened, but I don't think it was impacting performance. And this is something that you can play with and play through, but the finality of getting it fixed now hopefully frees him up to like really go dive on it the way he's going to dive on it and make those next level of plays that Anthony makes. And then hopefully, because you're fixing something that is hurt on the body, that hopefully, it does help performance too, like go to another level.
Okay. Did you regret playing him as much as you did with the injury? And obviously that was a problem and part of the issue during the year.
But
that answer there sounded to me like when he is back healthy, he's got the job.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I've got a tear in my labrum right now. It is not something that shuts you down. It's something that you learn how to play with. And then sometimes you can, like he said, you can tweak it. You can aggravate it, maybe with a certain motion, certain angles. Sometimes, like the little fiber gets caught on something, and it's just irritating. You got to get treatment on it, or you get inflammation in the area. But every athlete that has played any sport has played with a tear in their labrum. Like, come on, man. Let's not act like this dude's doing some Herculean stuff.
Okay, a few more. Why did this team ultimately not reach its goal?
Definitely the timing, just in a lot of ways, was a tough year to get to the place we wanted to get to as a club. And I really felt like we got there in the final 6, 7, 8 weeks, whatever it was, where everyone was kind of coming together at the right time. I feel like, we had different ways of beating you on a given night. We were healthy for the most part going in, with at least who we started the year with.
Okay, I mean, listen, that doesn't really answer the question. What happened against Toronto?
Just ran into a Toronto club that beat us. They ended up scoring a ton of runs against us in the 4 games that we played them and just couldn't keep them off the board and end up losing a series. So it makes it very tough. Obviously the year before we get to the World Series, a very different team in a lot of ways than we were this year. Also a very good club that I felt was capable of winning it all if a couple things go a different way.
So if you hear that a couple of times about, we're coming off a year where we made it to the World Series, that's trying to sneak that in there like that was, and I get it, getting to the World Series is an accomplishment and it's a good thing, but you got embarrassed in the World Series. You got thoroughly embarrassed in the World Series.
You got your ass kicked.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be bringing that up a ton. Here's a little surprise out of nowhere that we didn't expect. Apparently, Carlos Rodon needs surgery.
Carlos Rodon had a scope of the elbow yesterday to get some loose bodies, and I think they shaved down a bone spur. So he'll go into an 8-week of no throw, which probably when you build in all the ramp up and the throwing program into, getting him ready to be a starting pitcher, probably delays him potentially a couple weeks to start the season. But everything went well yesterday. He had the surgery out in L.A. with Elytrage. So for now, he's 8 weeks no throw, and then he'll start his ramping up in the middle of December.
Okay, so he had...
Still gives him 4 months to be ready for the season.
Does that... Am I blaming that for the postseason performance?
Nope, once again.
Against Toronto?
Nope, once again, I had a scope. Just
You were out there. Okay, I get it. We find out about these injuries after the fact.
Everybody gets surgery on every team gets that. If you decide to play, then you're expected to perform.
Is there anything you could have done better this year?
You certainly reflect, hit your touch points. I've talked to Cash a lot, kind of lick your wounds here these last few days. Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, I do think I'm much better. Like, I look back at this year and think, obviously, we needed to win one more game to win the division. So I think back to, the time where we went through a stretch where we were really struggling. And I feel like just because we were really beat up in the bullpen and not whole, and it was obviously before we made the deals at the deadline, like, could I have been more creative in some of the things that I could have done in those games in the middle of the season where, we were a little short, frankly. But, should I have been a little more bold with some ideas and thoughts that, maybe help net us a game here along the way? I think that's what eats at me a little bit.
I mean, I think you can always look back and look at stretches like that and say, I needed to piece it together. They did go through an extended stretch where it was not great. This was not a week, it was a good month where things were not exactly going smoothly. I'll give you, what did you say, Joe? Leo, I'm sorry?
I said we're losing to Colorado. That's your one game better.
Yeah,
Shouldn't
that's
have done that.
Oh, my God. But there's a few more. I don't know. Which one here is worth hearing? What does this team have to do to get over the hump? How about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just playing at the highest level at the most important time. And you've got to maintain that and do that for the entire month of October. You know, whether it's out executing clubs, whether it's just being better than them and on the bump and in the batter's box. It comes down to, you know, this time of year, it's competition in a game between high-level clubs, and you got to outplay them. And we haven't done that yet to the highest level.
Okay, this is the one I want to hear. It just got put up on the screen. Is Volpe your starting shortstop next season?
Yeah, he's right in the mix to do that. So I think one of the things that I'm proudest about for Anthony is, you know, obviously it was a very tough season, you know, for him in a lot of ways. And he got a lot of, you know, arrows thrown his way, and I always feel like he handles those things so well. And really for the first time since he's been here, because I think it's important to know like how good a defender he's been. And he went through a stretch of 4 to 6 weeks where he struggled on that side of the ball. He made some errors that he shouldn't have made, some key spots where he made some mistakes. I think it's really important to note that how well he played on defense the final 6-8 weeks of the season, very much in line with who he's been in the 3 years that he's been our shortstop.
Now, hang on a second. Let's not whitewash the fact that for 2 months he's throwing the ball into the dirt or into the second row. And let's not forget about that. Let's not forget about the errors all over the place, because for me, when your OPS is under 700, your defense better be on lock. And that defense was not on lock for the entirety of the year. And so this was the question. He kind of half-assed it in the middle of it. Let's be honest, the very beginning. Listen to it again. Is Volpe your starting shortstop next season?
Yeah, he's right in the mix to do that. So I think one of the things...
He's right in the mix to do that. And then he went on to defend him, which, listen, Boone is a big Volpe guy. I get that.
I wonder if it's before they sign his replacement.
Depending on who they can get, who's better.
Yeah, you can't say nothing right now because you may have to use them because it may not be somebody you can get. So this is like the political type of answer.
Yeah, but I would not have been shocked if the Yankees had come out and definitively said he was the guy. I would not have been surprised by that. I'll be more interested in what Cashman has to say to the answers that very question. As we said, we'll have more of that coming up in just a bit, and Michael will absolutely cover you from pillar to post from 1 to 3 on the Yankees this afternoon, and then from 3 to 7, it's Don Hahn and Rosenberg later, right here on ESPN New York.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your...
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Just printed from the Erie Canal Press, the most coveted ticket, New York Lottery's $1 million raffle, hath arrived. 15 fortunate souls shall come into the fortune of a millionaire.
Translation, the $1 million raffle is here, and 15 winners are going to become millionaires. The New York Lottery commemorates 200 years of the Erie Canal with your best odds of winning $1 million. Limited tickets available. Ask your local retailer today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
What Ballybet Sportsbook? Yo, Ballybet stacked for football season. When it comes to sportsbook apps, it's undefeated. Ballybet. Check out that brand new parlay zone. Here's the kickoff. Build your bets and place them right on your phone. What? Live bets, daily boosts, and promos. Increase your odds so you can win more dough. Touchdown! Ballybet's the play. Make game day more fun and download it today. Must be 21 plus, New York only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Ballybet Sportsbook and Casino.
Download it. Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Let me tell you about my friends at Bath Fitter. They remodeled the bath by my pool. They converted a tub into a shower. The result is amazing. Bath Fitter offers all types of custom bath renovations, including their unique PermaFit solution for a watertight fit. It's done in one day, easy to clean, and durable with no demo or mess, and it costs less than a standard replacement. Plus, a lifetime guarantee. Right now, you get no money down, no payments, or interest until 2027. So start designing your bath today at bathfitter.com. There's only one Bath Fitter.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2025 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $159 for 33 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN SM841631, MSRP $26,980, 0 security deposit, and 1031.25.
Rich Eisen here. As you all know, I care deeply about pediatric cancer research and awareness. That's why I'm proud to talk about Hyundai Hope on Wheels. For over 27 years, every Hyundai sold has helped fund life-saving pediatric cancer research. Together with over 850 dealers nationwide, they've raised more than $277 million, supporting over 25,000 kids in their fight against cancer. At Hyundai, hope isn't optional. It comes standard. Visit HyundaiUSA.com and search Hyundai Hope on Wheels to learn more.
Hey, it's Kirk Herbstreit. On game day, great prep makes all the difference. Same goes for your pizza. That's why I go with Frigidaire's Stone-Baked Pizza Oven. Fresh pizzas go from dough to done in just 2 minutes.
Whether you're throwing a party or squeezing in dinner between plays, this oven delivers hot, crispy, restaurant-quality pizza right from your kitchen. Only from Frigidaire. Game-ready pizza. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now. ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
Brian Cashman might still be on his first answer.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking down off into the distance. That means he's using the creative part of his brain.
It's a left side of the brain kind of day. Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York and on the ESPN New York app. My friends, Game Time is presented by our friends at Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Because when it's game time, you know it's Tully time. You got 7 o'clock. Rangers are in Toronto to play the Maple Leafs. They're on the road, so maybe they'll score a goal. That'd be a nice little change of pace. Coverage begins 6:30 right here on ESPN New York. Devils, Panthers at the Prudential Center at 7. La Greca, thank you, 7:30. Islanders hosting the Oilers at UBS Arena. And then 6 o'clock tonight, NLCS Game 6 in L.A., Dodgers hosting the Brewers. And then 8:30, Game 4, Seattle, Mariners hosting the Blue Jays. Both games can be heard on 1050 ESPN. Tullamore Dew is the original, triple distilled, triple blended, triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. I'm going to fire a couple of names at you for a possible trade for Giants wide receiver, and you tell me yes or no. I am going to leave the guys that I know are free agents at the end of the year off the list, okay?
Okay.
So like Jacoby Myers, who could get traded, I'm not going to have him on the list because he's a free agent at the end of the year with the Raiders.
Gotcha.
Okay. I'm going to give you 4. A.D. Mitchell, Colts. Second year out of Texas. Dropped the ball before crossing the goal line. Kind of lost out there a little bit in that they've got Downs, they've got Alec Pierce, they've got Pittman, and all of those guys are ahead of him.
But Alec Pierce is a free agent, so why would not add Alec Pierce to this list? Remember, we thought he was going to be the odd man out.
Because I think the Colts think they can win this year, and that Pierce would be a bigger factor in that than A.D. Mitchell would be.
It's crazy because Mitchell 2 years, I absolutely would take him. Was he a first-round draft pick?
I believe Mitchell was at second.
Well, that
but
means
I'll verify that.
That means I have 2 years with him. I absolutely would take that and hope that I can develop him into what.
Boys, can you double-check? Adonai Mitchell, I believe, was a second-round pick last year for the Colts. So, yes, you're interested in Mitchell.
Correct.
Chris Olave.
Absolutely.
I
don't care about the concussions. He ain't got one this year.
He is signed through next season on the original rookie contract. He's got the rookie option for next year.
Fifth-year option. They'll probably pick the option up if you take him.
I think isn't next year the fifth-year option?
Because this is his third year. Next year is his fourth. No, this is his 4th year. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I believe so. Let me double-check. But I'm pretty sure that next year is the 5th-year option.
Got you. Yep.
Okay.
You're right.
So, but you'd have him. Mitchell was a second-round pick.
Yeah, okay. So,
Yes.
yeah, you got him for 2 years.
The 5th-year option was the 26th season. You want him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
He's dynamic, and I'm teaching him how to.
And the concussions don't bother you.
No, I'm throwing go routes. I'm keeping away from all that.
Jalen Waddle.
That's a lot of
money.
It's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. He got first, like, number one receiver money.
Yes, he did.
If he comes here, his neighbors is the number one guy, and he's younger, so can he handle being the second guy, even though he's younger than the guy that's there? That's a tough nut to swallow.
Waddle's cap number next year is 11 point. Thank you. 11.6.
Phrasing.
11.6. But the year after that, and you can't get out from under this, 33.8. You'd have to restructure.
Yeah, you have to give him an extension or something.
Waddle is 26 years old. So he's still young. So you're kind of.
Nah, I'm not. That's too much money for me. That's too much. I'm cool on that.
Calvin Ridley.
Give me that. Yeah, give me that because he's a guy who understands his role. He's coming in to be a complement to Malik Neighbors, the young quarterback, and he's got paid 2 years ago. And the market, he probably got paid $25 million a year.
I'm pulling up his contract.
He probably got put because Garrett just got.
He
30.
got 4 for $92, $50 guaranteed.
Yeah, 4 for $92. That's under $25 million. So absolutely, I'll give me that. Michael K with the Aaron Boone beard. Look at Silver Fox right there. Looking like Papa Smurf.
Yeah.
How far is it going to go, man? You like, hey, I don't got to be on TV right now. I can go straight Papa Smurf going on up in that thing. I don't see no pepper, just salt.
They're checking out.
Just Himalayan salt.
Boone checks out.
Just kosher
K
salt.
checks out. K's in the building.
Just kosher salt.
See, here's the thing. And K's in the control room right now, doesn't have to listen to Brian Cashman because he already knows what's going to be said. It's whatever was said last year.
4 scores and 7 years ago. Like, come on, man. God, again.
No, Michael's got you covered on this coming up here in just a few minutes. We heard a little bit from Aaron Boone. We don't have anything yet from Cashman. Like I said, I believe that to be because Brian Cashman is still on his first answer.
Michael looks like the Stetson man.
There is not a greater if Cashman ever wrote.
I like the
Stetson.
Yeah, the Stetson man, old school. You know what I mean? Like, or the Musk. You know what I mean? Like Stetson man, little cowboy. You know what I'm saying? Got the little fur right there. You know what I'm saying? That's a good look for Michael.
Michael wear a cowboy hat?
I don't know. He got top of the head, but he ain't got no side.
No side hair. You mean?
No side head.
No, he's got
like a Peyton Manning head.
Look at that beard. You
look
look
at
good.
It.
Oh, look at you. You know, it looks
it's
like
even greater throughout the glass.
That's a well-manicured, I'm going to let my beard grow to make it look like I'm growing, but it still is getting
that's
nice
that's a Jimmy G. That's a Jimmy G / Tom Brady, like 5 o'clock shadow with straight silver fur.
This is, I'm going to make it look like I'm not trying.
But I look at you and I said, I've got to have some of that.
No, you said,
yeah.
Now that's what not trying looks like.
No. You know, there's also a method to my madness because I've lost all this weight and you have turkey neck.
So you got to fill it in.
So I'm hoping that the beard covers up
See,
the
that's
turkey
funny because I'm growing the beard because it covers the fat.
It's a disguise is what it is. We're hiding from ourselves.
You know they got clear tape for that. You know what I mean? You can just pin it back. You know, they just take it around your neck, just pin it back.
On TV, I guess I could do that, but not in real life.
They would never know. Yeah, put a little makeup over it. You'll never know. Anti-shine.
To what do we owe the pleasure of seeing you in person?
I just wanted to come in, okay?
That's fine. I'm not.
Kids getting on your nerves, huh?
No, they're at school. No, not at
all. What do we got coming up on the show?
Oh, we got Chris Sims.
Okay.
Who's turned into a great
Excellent.
guest every week.
Oh, he's very good.
Dan Orlovsky, who's outstanding.
Yep.
What quarterback with that would you start your franchise with?
Dan Orlovsky or Chris Sims?
I think it'd be Chris Sims.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Before he lacerated his spleen.
Yeah.
I think we had something to do with that.
I don't know. I'd go back and look at that Gruden tape again where he's trying to explain to him the play.
ZY Zoom X again.
Who was that? The Sims? Or
Yeah, he couldn't get the play out. He couldn't. You gotta look it up. He kept telling him to play. He couldn't regurgitate it.
There's a video on IG or YouTube of like Gruden giving him the play, and he could. But the play, to be fair, is about 5 minutes long.
ZY Zoom
He couldn't remember the whole thing.
Z shaky.
And Gruden goes nuts on him. But anyway, I'm looking forward to your show, and obviously you will have full breakdown of everything that has been said today.
Now, I've been in the other room watching Aaron Boone, and I was watching Brian Cashman, and for some reason the TV just shut off and wouldn't let me watch the rest. So
Really?
it's not like I'm ignoring it, but Anthony Pusick is monitoring it for me.
Yes. No, but my point is that you will have all the sound, and we will hear it all.
Oh, well, we'll break it down to a fine powder.
I said from pillar to post, and I think that might be underselling it. That's how you'll have this
You think pillar to post is better than fine powder?
I don't know. How about with a fine powder from pillar to post? How about
love
that?
it. How do you like Don's catchphrase for the Devils? It's great.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
I haven't seen
unbelievable.
I haven't
They
seen
make
a game
T-shirts.
What is
So
it?
when they're leading at the end, he goes, "You could stick a pitchfork in it." Oh, it's
Oh, look at
it
him!
is tremendous.
That's a great line.
I would have went with Lucifer, but never mind.
That's a great line. All right,
That is
Michael.
good, right?
That is very good. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to see it yet. I will be watching tonight, though.
I'll get you one of the T-shirts, an XL, baby.
I hope he patented it and getting his own money off of it.
I hope.
Don't let.
He said, "Well, I hope it does for me what it does. C it did for you." I said, "I don't get a dime from C, not a dime."
You should. What you really should have done, as I learned with Pandemonium and Piscataway, you should have just yelled trademark in the middle of it. Well, the first time you said "see ya."
Really?
Yeah. Then you maybe get a piece.
I was prepubescent then. Who thought of that stuff?
How much would I have gotten off that anyway? Not very much.
Well, you might have. If they just sell the T-shirts in Piscataway.
Well, he's next. Michael K. has got you covered on the Yankees. He's got you covered on everything. Chris Sims and Dan Orlovsky on the football as well. Then Don Hahn and Rosenberg later this afternoon on ESPN New York and the ESPN app.
He's seen me with no clothes on.
That's it for me.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. BetterHelp therapists have helped over 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journey.